on in the room. Sorry we're starting late tonight, but it's Friday night. We can start late on Friday. It's all good. Go ahead and click that like button, that share and subscribe button. This might end up being one of the funner episodes. I've got some great videos for us to watch together. Some hilarious videos, and I've got a guest that I want to bring on and introduce to everybody. Good evening to Lenora. Thank you for joining us over on Facebook. Misty Page, good to see you. Ben America started with us this morning and is with us tonight. Appreciate you. Malta is in the house. Maria, what's going on over on YouTube? What's going on, Kim Frazier? Appreciate you. Devin, you are here on time. No, I'm sorry. Devin Nunez's Cal brother. You are here on time. Everybody hit that like button, that share button. I'm going to take a second to share also. And again, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, we have moderators who can help us clean house with the trolls. We've had trolls assigned to us. And we're going to do our best to give you guys a decent streaming experience. All right, so let me not delay too much longer. I want to bring on my sister from another mister. I've been around. One thing I do is I kind of have relationships with a lot of talented people, and it just never fails. It never ceases to amaze me. You guys can see the stream on the morning show with me, Marcus, and Mundell, Morning Trap, Clickbaiting, Political Thirst Trap. But I've also got so many talented people that over time we'll start bringing in as guests, and maybe they'll start doing some work with us in the future, depending on what they got going on, right? But I'm bringing somebody on tonight, and she's a pretty talented sister, Rebecca Azor. She's on camera now. You're on live with my audience. Rebecca, say hey to everybody.
Hey, everybody. They know who I am. If they
do they know? I don't think they know who you are.
Okay, so listen, let me reintroduce myself. It's been a moment. It's been a minute. I am Rebecca Azor. You guys have probably seen me. And
they haven't seen you.
They haven't seen me in a while.
This is a new audience. That's what I'm messing with. Like, this is a pretty new audience. I am about to share it on the audience that will know you, which is Like It or Not and Content News. I'm getting ready to share you on those audiences, but most of these people are new to me. So
here's the thing. I feel that, you're still bringing in some of your older audience. And if they've seen your work, and if they're going on the page, and if they're seeing some of your older stuff, they do see a woman there. And that's me.
Right. That's true.
Me.
That's true.
So again, for the ones that are the new people, which he's saying that he has a whole bunch of new people. Listen, guys, I am Rebecca Azor. I'm a political journalist. I'm a journalist, multimedia journalist. You guys haven't seen me in a while because I've been taking a break, but it's a reunion time. Shout out to everybody who knows Like It or Not, with me and Ben. Shout out to our old supporters.
We go way back. Way back. Wes Bozeman on Twitter says, "Sup, sis?" He was like, "Yeah." With a bunch of H's. So he knows you. And there are some, my audience isn't totally new.
Don't try to give me one person that knows me. Don't be like, yeah, so one person knows you, Rebecca,
No, I just want to make sure that it's a new audience. A lot of the folks came, hey, brother-in-law, my brother-in-law is in the chat. Happy birthday to my brother-in-law, Edward Rawls. There's a lot of people who came to me after Content, right? And then after that other thing we did together that shall not be named, that other company. But here we are, and this is the third time around of us actually like collabing on something. And so I just want everybody to hear you and hear your takes and see what you got going on. Rivka Omega on YouTube said, "Hey, Black Queen, you go, girl. about a dozen hearts and so on and
Oh,
so
I'm
forth.
sending all that love back to y'all. I miss y'all too. You see, the people, they know me. Stop trying to play me,
I'm
okay?
not trying.
I
Listen, I
see
just don't
y'all.
want you. I just don't want you out here looking crazy, just saying, "Hey,
I
everybody, I know
know.
you missed me," and
It's the
everybody in
whole
the chat, because
pandemic.
my audience is ruthless. They're like, "We don't know this. Sorry to that girl. We don't know this woman."
Look, ruthless ain't nothing during the whole pandemic, okay? We've been
That's
through
true.
too much,
That's
okay?
true. That's true.
So,
That's fair. All right. So let's get going on some videos. I've got a whole lot of videos. One of the videos I probably should have pulled was our video that we did that went like super viral of us talking about Black Panther. Do you have short versions of that, right? Don't you have some short versions on
yeah,
there?
like on my Instagram page or
On your
something.
Instagram? Send me grab one of those links. I'm going to start with this first video.
All
I'm
right,
going
let
to
me get one.
take it to there's so much, right? All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going through a whole lot of videos tonight. One of the videos, two of the videos are about this guy named Jesse Lee Peterson. He's like one of the crown stepping fetch it coonery buffoonery people for the conservative movement. But the people that are in the video with them are stars. One of them I think the audience is going to recognize, and it's the young model, the young woman who's a model, and he was calling her a slut. And she was like, "No, your mama's a slut." And he was like, "Well, how old are you?" And she's like, "Grown." It was a brilliant exchange. And then there's a new one that just came out this week of him talking with a rapper, and the rapper is running circles around him in terms of like Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter. So the clips are great. The other set of clips that we're going to play, and Rebecca hasn't seen any of these, so I want to get your natural reaction to all of these. They're from the series called Epic Rap Battles of History. Three videos. The first one is they do not Hillary. I'm sorry. Who's running for president, y'all? I'm tired. Donald Trump
Ooh,
versus Joe Biden. Donald Trump
oh, I'm
versus
like,
Joe
what?
Biden.
You're saying a woman? I'm like, ain't no
Yeah.
woman running for president.
Yeah. Well, I mean vice president. So hang on. Let's see.
That's why you got confused.
Yeah. No, I got thrown off. Ben starting the live just as I'm about to go to bed. It's Friday, Fairy. Fair High. I don't know how to pronounce this. Y'all know I don't do names. It's Friday. Throw some coffee on or throw some wine in your glass,
That
whatever you
makes you
prefer.
tired. Everybody knows
And
that wine makes you sleepy. Okay.
and let's get this party started. All right, so let's start. Let me get from the audience. Where do y'all want to start? Y'all want to start with the epic rap battles? I think we should start with the epic rap battles. I think we should. So the first one is coming from. Hang on 2 seconds. I need to get to the right folder. This is laid back. This ain't like, it's not like it or not where we had everything triggered up and ready to go.
Oh, we don't have no producers right
We
now.
don't,
You're
I'm
the
the
producer.
producer. I'm the producer. So we're starting with the 4K, and I gotta find it. In the meantime,
Okay.
talk to
'Cause
the audience.
listen, hey y'all, look, I'm on the Facebook, so if y'all want to talk to me, Ben will read off what's going on YouTube, but I'm on Facebook right now, so I'm sending out you guys a lot of love. Give us some stuff to talk about because, like he said, we're gonna treat this like just a good Friday night.
You
What
know
happened?
what we could have been talking about while I look up this folder is that conversation that we briefly talked about, Lil Wayne versus what's happening with Lil Wayne versus what's happened to Chrisette Michelle. Chrisette Michelle, and I don't want to stay here too long because I got these videos and they're dope. But for those of you who don't know, Chrisette Michelle, one of the dopest singers, R&B singers, period, but definitely like in the R&B soul category, she made the mistake of singing at Donald Trump's inauguration, and she was just outright canceled. Her career was over. As opposed to Ice Cube, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, and Kanye West, all are doing business with Donald Trump to a greater or lesser extent, and their careers are just fine. Rebecca.
Okay, so in short, because we don't want to, just stretch this all out. So here we go. Chrisette Michelle sang at the inauguration. We cut her loose. We canceled her. Okay, it was early on. This was, the inauguration, and everybody, feelings were high. It was a wild time. So we all decided to cut her. Now we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna talk about how Kanye has endorsed them. We have Kim Kardashian, a white woman, right, who is working
Mm-hmm.
beside him, and she has yet to be canceled. People on the black websites, such as the Shade Room, constantly post her, no matter what. It's kind of like she is still almost like praised, right, for the work that she's done, because what's being said is, oh, even though she's working with Trump, some good is coming from it, right?
Mm,
And I'm looking at like I was telling you on the phone, I'm like, it's so ridiculous because let's look at, the climate of the nation right now. All of this is happening because of Donald Trump.
right.
Majority of this because of the stuff he's been
COVID
spewing out.
19.
Just all of it. Everything that's going on, just people dying everywhere. It's okay to shoot black people, like it's
Right.
target practice because he's okaying that as a leader of the free world, right? So this woman is working with him. This white woman is working with him. Ain't canceled. But and then you have these black rappers. I saw this conversation, and I can agree with it to an extent, where these black rappers are always, constantly, like so many have come out and have been behind Donald
Since the
Trump and
very
have
beginning,
supported
too, right? Kanye West
him.
met with Donald Trump before he even got inaugurated, but Kanye West didn't get canceled. Chrisette Michele did.
He said slavery was a choice and still didn't get canceled. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. It's just that kind of that whole thing that I look at, and you have Lil Wayne who's coming out, who has said multiple things, and every time he has said something against the black community, a dread has fallen out of his head because God don't like ugly. But it's just this is what I'm talking about. But people still will back him and be like, "That's the GOAT. He need to stay in the rap game. Rappers don't need to talk about politics." That's the conversation right there.
But they don't
But
cancel him.
we canceled old girl Chrisette Michele and never looked back.
Mm.
Okay. She's just online doing her thing, which I still, listen to her music and things like that. But anytime she is mentioned, there's a whole, like, everyone is just up in just mad and saying, oh, we won't speak her name because she did that during the inauguration. But Lil Wayne will still be the GOAT. Kanye will still be creative. And Kim will
So
still
the
be. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a
Because you tend to cut
the
people off. I
the
saw that
morning
in
the
your
morning
morning.
show we cut everybody off
I
all the
saw that in
time.
your morning show that they complain about you cutting people off. And I know that there was a clip or two that I've said on our old show that you cut me off. But no, I was just going to say, and for Kim, people still praise her because she's getting black people out of jail. And they're saying she's doing more than a lot of other people, which is crazy because a lot of other people are doing the work, but just not on social media. Amen.
Right. Right. So, but it is. I hadn't thought about it because I had really forgotten about how bad everybody canceled except for you, because I think you were like you were calling it out. Were we already at Content Studios
We were there.
when?
We were there a year after. Well, not a year after. A few months after inauguration.
So a few months after inauguration is when I first moved down to Atlanta and joined Content Studios, and somewhere along the line, the conversation about Chrisette Michele came up, and you were really clear at that time. I'm still on the side of, if you do work with Donald Trump, you're canceled. Like you should know better. You should do better, and all the way across the board. Like, as much as I love Kanye West music, he's canceled in my book, right? Lil Wayne, the Carter 3, one of the greatest rap albums in the history of rapdom, but he's got to go.
Is it
He's
though?
trash. In my opinion, it is a brilliant piece of work. And he's got to go. So I'm on the side of, you do work with this white supremacist, you're canceled. And so I'm like, cancel Chrisette Michele, like, whatever. Like, I love her music, but she should have known better. You, on the other hand, was like, don't be so quick to cancel them or cancel
Yeah,
her.
because social media logic always tells us to, and I don't want to be that person, but I'm going to be. Black women, you cancel whatever it is. You have Meg the Stallion got shot in the foot.
And they try
We
to
don't
cancel her
care.
after she got shot in the foot.
She got shot in the foot just because she came back out and needed to work and was twerking on that foot. Okay. They were mad and said that because she's twerking, it doesn't equate to her getting shot. Because she's twerking, it doesn't mean that she was abused by old boy.
Because they saw her out there working afterwards. They said it must not have been that bad.
But yeah,
But she got
they're
shot.
so quick. But even before she went out there and started to work, it wasn't enough because they were like, we need more answers. Then you had the police speak out, the paperwork come out, and it was still like, it's not enough. And it's just like, It's always like here we go. We need to start believing Black women. We need to start protecting them. We need to start giving them grace like we give these Black men or we give these white women. I got problems with that. Social media logic literally just tells us we're gonna cancel these Black women instantly. There's no grace. Here's my thing with cancel culture. People be flipping, literally doing the worst of the worst. So many Black men have had charges, like football players and stuff, have
Yeah.
had charges of abuse, all this kind of stuff. Been canceled for 2 seconds, come back out, got a whole show. Got a whole show, or is endorsed with this brand or doing this. You will never see that Black woman again. Never. And this
If
is
she
what I'm
just
tired
so
about.
much, if she so much as sings at the inauguration for Donald Trump.
That's it. But here's the thing: other people let a dude go rap. People are still going to purchase the album. People
Yeah.
are still going to,
I mean, what's
be
your
like,
boy Tory Lanez? Tory Lanez, they out there supporting his new album, even though he's the one that shot.
They're saying it is artistic. They're saying this man is so creative for going out there, taking this moment, flipping it, and he still made coins off of it. He's still doing the videos. He's still doing whatever. Let Chrisette Michele even come out the corner and be like, ooh. People gonna be like, girl, if you don't shut up, it's too much.
So do we? So I guess my question to you was, and I got all the videos lined up. We're ready to go. Everybody, make sure you're still clicking that like button, that share button. We've got 700 people in the room tonight. That's cool. I'm glad to have all 700. We normally have about 1,700. So let's hit that like button, that share
So you
button.
trying to say because the Black woman on the show, we only have 700?
No, it's not because you're a Black woman.
Kidding,
It's because you're you. It's because you're you. They're not feeling you. Or are y'all feeling her? If y'all feeling her, show her some love in the chat room.
I see all love.
I'm setting it up. So I'm setting you up for success here. I'm setting, I know how to do this thing. So are you saying that we shouldn't cancel any of them? Or are you saying we should cancel all of them? Or are you saying don't cancel Chrisette Michele and cancel the rest of these clowns?
I'm saying if you're going to give grace over here, give it over here too. I don't understand why the world is so caught up on when a man does something, it's not, we can give them grace. It's not that wrong. Or, like even for the R. Kelly situation, he's getting grace on the side. People are protesting for this man. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like, it's just all of that. But when women, we have to go really hard with this Breonna Taylor thing, that would have been brushed under the rug if we did not go hard as we did. Right?
Yeah.
This is the thing I'm talking about. Let's take it a step further and let's talk about the Me Too movement with Tarana Burke, right? That's been out since 2008, I believe. Nobody really pushed that movement at all until a white woman said, oh, but me too. And it just became so big.
And then, wait a minute, wait. Oh, okay, actually, no, we could talk about that for days because one of them who made it popular and everybody's like, oh, we love her, flipped and turned on Me Too as soon as it became inconvenient for her politically, but I digress. You are getting a lot of love. A lot of people saying they love your sense of humor, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so here's the first video. Let's shift gears. And this is going to be our reaction video. Rebecca, I'm going to put you on mute so that you can listen to it on your side. And this is Epic Rap Battles of History. They have been out for years. I've got 3 videos of theirs. And the first one is a rap battle between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Take a listen in and enjoy. Okay, hang on.
Joe Biden. It's the DJT, getting it on. The Teflon Don on the White House lawn. Against wimps like you, I'll win a third term. Your campaign's like your family, crash and burn. Looting and violence will keep the MAGA movement quiet. Resist me? That's a riot. Why'd you step behind the gym?
I need to pause this. And we're going to reset it. Hang on a second. I need to reset it because the audio is not coming through the audience the way I want it to. So give me about 30 seconds here to fix that. And then we'll start it again. Because I know in the audience they're like, Ben, the audio. And actually what I want to know is if you guys could hear it properly. If you guys could hear it properly, then that's all that actually matters. And then we'll start it again. Hang on 1 second. MacBook Pro, that's what I want right there. And then we're going to play through. Let's try it again. It was fine on Twitch. Okay, perfect. It was fine for you guys. It just wasn't fine for me. So we're going to start again. That was a false start. Here we go. Epic rap battles. Donald Trump versus Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Marshall!
It's the DJT, getting it on. The Teflon Don on the White House lawn. Against wimps like you, I'll win a third term. Your campaign's like your family. Crash and burn. Looting and violence will keep the MAGA movement quiet. Resist me? That's a riot. Why'd you step behind the gym? I'll be standing by. See how tough you are against the 45. I should have hoped for your whole party. Bigger than the one I blew through cause I'm Soleimani. Then I go and bone on Milani. I'm gonna smash you, Joe. Like China. I've got all the best cognition with all the top grammar. I'm not a little girl's shoulders, so you can't touch this MC stammer. You're a disaster inciting hysteria. You say I'm selling hate in America, you're selling hate in America. Like with Hillary, the people aren't swayed. Just Barack's shadow, and I don't really like the shade.
The pain of losing loved ones is something I have seen. So I know how you must have felt when they killed Jeffrey Epstein. Rap lyrics just ain't for you. You should stick love letters for Kim Jong-un. You're a wrestling heel. Nothing about you's real. Bitch, you didn't even really write the art of the deal. But you tapped into the rage of red Mad Hatters. Well, let me tell you, Trump, all lives matter. I don't want to defund no police. I picked a DA for my VP. I'm not a communist. I'm not a socialist. I'm just an old ass man with some decency. Wrong. No matter what you try to say, global warming ain't cancer. You pulled out a parachute, should've pulled out a Stormy Daniels. I ain't sleepy, I'm tired of you, Donald Trump. You're fired.
The only thing getting fired on my watch is tear gas from law enforcement. I'll keep America great. You'll unleash Antifa and keep America like Portland. Ain't nothing gonna beat me. No person, woman, man, camera, TV. They impeached me. I still walked out of D.C. looking peachy. You got the sloppy Joe, but no beef. The only white privilege I see are those teeth. Maybe teach your son a thing or two about life. Like there's no hunting season for your dead brother's wife. You and your mask and your Knight Rider shades are getting revoked like your Roe versus Wade. There's no blue wave. Forget it, not coming. It's like I tell criminals, Joe, stop running.
Was Breonna Taylor running? You dog whistling fool. I think your daddy would finally be proud of you. He was a racist asshole too.
Что ты сделал?
What's this malarkey?
О, ебать!
Keep at it and you'll end up in jail, hoss. I'll take you down like a mule and you're a mailbox. From all your wives to the SATs, everything you ever did, you just had to cheat. Cause you're too insecure to even look like a loser. You're the worst damn Republican since Herbert Hoover. When you scooped up a sycophantic homophobe loser, became the Constitution's domestic abuser. 200,000 deaths lying at your door. You think they're suckers like McCain in the Marine Corps. Sometimes I can't tell for which side you're rooting. When we go high, you go down on poop. Truth is, you're scared to lose. You got nothing in the bank that I owe you. You're white about balance like a bitch. But the only thing that's rigged is taxes for the rich. You're a freeloader. Change your name to Trump. My campaign brave enough. You can't get down to rank. I'm pulling away faster than your wife's hand. For the love of democracy, will you shut up, man?
Hold on! Hold on! Yo! Let her relate us!
All right. I'm giving a little time for the delay to catch up with you. Turn yours down real quick, Rebecca, unless you should be there. All right. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I've been a fan of these guys forever, so I'm glad to know that I can that they actually don't give you a copyright violation if you play their stuff. They actually want you to play their stuff. I'm telling you to turn your stuff down, and it's me. I need to turn my own stuff down. Okay, that's on me.
I'm like, it's not me.
The line when he said, was Breonna Taylor running? And I was like, oh, nah, it just got real right there. Like, what were your thoughts? Give me your reaction.
The deepest moment. At first, I'm like corny, but then I was like,
I knew you were. I knew you were gonna be like, Ben, why you got me on the show when I'm playing this? This is like not my. Go ahead.
I was looking like, you see, this is the new audience you're talking about. But seriously, no, but this got real when he, like you said, he mentioned Breonna Taylor when he said when you should have pulled out a Stormy Daniels, all those things and all these things that we have accused Donald Trump of throughout the years, right? But to be honest, if we're asking who won this rap battle, it was the Joe Biden lookalike. Yeah. He killed that. And because the first one, Donald Trump's was just trash, as usual, right? Like, I guess that person was trying to really embody the trash.
We got a whole lot of mixed opinions in the audience. We got let me make sure everybody's audio is good. All right, we got a lot of people who said a couple people said it was bad. It was bad. A couple of people laughing. More people laughing than didn't like it. I want to know from the audience, what did you think? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Jeff Wardoff from Jeff's Nation. He said trashy. I loved it. I thought it was good, but I'm gonna play some more. This is one from 2016. This is Melissa Beth is with you, Rebecca. She said it was kind of corny. All right.
Somebody said this is hot.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, it goes. I got thumbs up. I got one thumbs down. Mostly thumbs up. All right. So now that you got a taste of what these guys do, here is the one from 2016. Hillary Clinton snapping on Donald Trump, the same Donald Trump character. Let me go ahead and mute that, and I'm going to mute myself, and we're going to go. Okay, and then I'll just take you off screen so it's not awkward, and then I'll bring you back on. Give me the thumbs up. Give me the thumbs up when you finished on your end. All right, here we go.
Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton!
I've been in this game too long. I'm a public servant. Have been since I met MLK in person. I'm a woman of the people. That's for certain. You're a man of the people who don't like turbans. I was living in the West Wing while you were professional wrestling. Got skin like Russian dressing from too much Russian investing. You've been going bankrupt since the 90s. If I was in Iran, you couldn't find me. You don't care about the job, Trump. You just think that desk is shiny. I said that I respect your children, but that wasn't quite right, yo. Looking like some extras from American Psycho. First name is Hillary, middle name Rado, last name is Clinton, and lyrics like I don't wear celebrities on The Apprentice. Motherfucker, I fired it like crack. How do I say this? You're racist. Ooh, you must get so pissed that your hands are too small to stop and frisk. So you use your fingers to touch chicks.
She's only 12 years old.
That's enough. Shit.
But she's married, sir.
Just gotta get pushy.
That's your daughter.
Well, grab her by the pussy. Ah! That's assault, brother! Don't tell me the victim's at fault, sucker! Don't know shit about snakes! You could've once on the 8th all great! Motherfucker, gotta save the day, I'm gonna rock and roll! Red bitch on the scene like murder she wrote! So go ahead, Donna, let me see it flow! I brought Michelle's speech, here are some quotes!
Let me just say, I respect all females, but your rhymes are trash. Put them next to your emails. Our country's in crisis. Who wants to vote for the mother of ISIS? That might not be exactly true, but I don't do politeness. Only know to talk about misogyny. Your bill's worse than Cosby. He left a mess on that dress like you left in Benghazi. When you wanna break the glass ceiling, Hillary, I sense it. The only crack you'll find is my ass pressed against it. Numbers are in it, I'm riding your tail. You don't have the stamina, baby, you're frail. This'll be just like a way when you fail. Trouble will pull you to jail. How do I say this? Year or two, and you almost lost the primary to a socialist Jew. What are the American people got a Yankee Doodle do? They're gonna throw your fat face that they're just not that into you. They want a strong male leader who could stand up to China, not a faded little wishy-washy bleeding like vagina. I'm gonna run these streets like I run my casinos. More police and less Latino. You bury us in debt buying poor people's socks. I'll create jobs, tearing down mosques. I'll use all the best rocks from the site to build a wall. Dip it in gold and make Mexico pay for it all. I'll make this country great again. We'll all be living long. I'll tell Congress you're fired and put Charles in charge. 'Cause this whole system's rigged, and we all know the rigor. For the last 8 years, this country's been run by.
Are you fucking kidding me with this blah blah blah? I have a mind to feature both to my overtime. I've a more powerful discussion up in TMZ. You got brother black and brother on the Facebook feed. I'm so sick and tired of this ridiculous shit. If this is the best my party gets, then my party should quit. I'm sorry, did I say something that you found funny? Wipe that creepy ass smile off your face and beat this dummy. And if she does win the White House, be a man and hold the door. Don't get your fans stirred up in some sort of Twitter civil war. Here's an equal opportunity smackdown in a sequel. Let's have the people, by the people, for the people.
right, audience. The audience is I'm putting up the worst comments from the audience. Every now and then, somebody is well, actually, quite a few people are loving it, but you got some real people in there who's like they just cannot take it.
Oh,
No, you're here. No, you're here. They can hear you.
Okay, because let me tell you, it started off great, all right? That was Hillary that took out the hot sauce from the purse. That's who she wanted to be, right? So that's Hillary with the hot sauce in her bag, right? I loved how she started it off. She was rapping. She was whatever that was. She was giving it, right? I like that. Then it got to the rest, and then it just got crazy. It got corny.
Abraham Lincoln.
I said, what? Now, it was a bop in the beginning. I was like, hey. And then it just got crazy. But that was better than the last one, the Joe Biden and him. That was a snorebar. But this
everyone said the Eagle one. The Eagle that dropped Abraham Lincoln one. All right, listen. Hey, y'all gonna watch these because it's my show. And here we go. Last one. This one is actually back from two.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
But I would say this though, these dudes got into the billions of views. Like if you go on their YouTube page, they've gotten, each video has 84 million, 124 million, like they're up there in the billions of views. And if you actually, honestly, if you listen to what they're saying, it's a critical critique. It is an actual legit critique of politics that's going on right now. This one is probably the most popular one. I think this one has 200 million views, and it's from all the way in 2012, Barack Obama versus Mitt Romney. They got a Barack Obama impersonator. Check it out.
Mitt Romney! Watson!
I'm not gonna let this battle be dictated by facts. I'm rich! I got fat stacks and super PACs. We all know what went down in that 2008 election. You're a decent politician with a winning complexion. You're all Barack and no bite, but no change, and we're all still hoping that you'll shut your mouth like Guantanamo Bay, they're both open. You're from the Windy City where you're looking pretty with your blowhards, but come January you'll be left evicted and with no job. Raw rhymes stronger than my jawline when I spit a phrase, knocking you harder than front doors in my old mission days. You see this silver spoon, this the mass out of debt. Took you 4 years to drop unemployment down below 8%. You feel that, Barry? You're old news. Everyone's having doubts, and your rhymes are as weak as this economy that you've done nothing about. Call me a vicious businessman, cause Romney's stealing this race. I'll go bank capital on your donkey ass, restructure your face.
Well, they say your father was a great man. You must be what's left. Need to stop hating on gays. Let them teach you how to dress. You got the mama jeans and a Mr. Fantastic face. So rich and white, it's like I'm running against a cheesecake. Republicans need a puppet and you fed. Got their hands so far up your rear, call you mate. I'm the head of state. You're like a head of cabbage, about to get smacked by my stimulus package. You're a bad man with no chance. You can't even touch me. I got 4 more years, 2 terms, and the White House. Just trust me. I hope you saved your best rhymes for the second half, cause right now I'm 47% for kicking your ass.
Whatever! That 40% thing got you real mad. What did it remind you how many decent parents you had?
Look, I respect our religions, but it might get crazy if the White House is a first, second, and a third lady.
Ha! Don't bring up wives, man! What are you doing? You got hitched to the female version of Patrick Ewing!
Let me be clear. Don't get it twisted. We'll see how pretty your face is after my face has kissed it.
You're a stuttering communist.
Oh yeah? Well, you're stupid.
You're stupid.
Nuh-uh.
I am the power invested in me by the giant Volksberg. The president shall not be the shiniest of 2 turds. You, I wanna like you. Don't talk about change to do it. I pop what was on my brain until I bullet went through it. And you, money man, you a pancake, you flip-flopping it. It's a country, not a company. You can play like Monopoly. I'll properly reach across the aisle and bitch smack you as equals. I'm the people, by the people, for the people. Ego. Who won? Who's next? You decide. Epic. Rap battles of the
Say it again. Say it again.
Shoot me in the face. another one of these, okay? But the person that won in this one is definitely the Eagle, because all I like was he said 2 terms for the 2 Chainz reference. That's about it.
Let's see. Somebody said I like the Barack Obama back-to-back video better. This was better than the other 2. It was a big. Actually, there's people who love these older ones better than the new one with Donald Trump and Joe Biden. So it seemed like these would be the most popular. But I appreciate you all's service. I appreciate everyone's service and contributing to these videos that I'm going to put up as response videos and watch them get like 1 million views each. So thank you all for participating in this. And Rebecca, we'll get you some royalties for your participation in this process. Marcy says, I agree, Rebecca. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What are y'all response? No, for real. Like, what do y'all think? Who won? Actually, somebody said Romney won on that one. Romney was ripping at first. All right. Now let me put on a video that you guys can relate to more. See, y'all, I get it.
Somebody's supporting you though. Prince Cleveland said, if it makes Ben happy, like let's.
No, listen. No, I don't need the sympathy. Support.
It wasn't sympathy.
I got plenty. I got plenty of people in the audience who understands art. Okay, so I'm not gonna call that art. Let me take that back. I'm joking about that. It ain't art. Okay. But like low key, if you actually listen to what they're saying, they have like really dope critiques of politics. And the beats are about now, whether you like the rappers or not, that's neither here nor there. And of course, can we be real people? You do know the whole style of it is intentionally to be cornball, right? These guys ain't trying to be Migos, because if they try that, I mean, they would have 5 views each. That would be even worse. That'd be even more painful.
I get it. Thank you.
Yeah. Pamela said, art? What the hell, art? All right, here we go. This video is actually, if y'all don't like this video, y'all can get off my stream. This is Samara Rahim, and she is responding to, actually, no, I want to set up this first one first. This is Kabwasa. I don't know this artist. Do you know a rapper named Kabwasa?
No.
Apparently not. Okay, I don't either. But my producer sent me this, and he's talking to a guy named Jesse Lee Peterson. And Jesse Lee Peterson is, he's a black white supremacist. He is like literally, if you think of Clayton Bigsby off of the Chappelle Show, or if you think about Uncle Ruckus off of Boondocks, this guy is him in the flesh. He literally refers to Donald Trump as his white savior. And so this artist, I don't know why this artist went on here, but he handled himself well. And I want to see your response, Rebecca. Here we go.
You think all lives matter, right?
Yes.
But you don't think Black lives matter?
That doesn't include all lives.
It does. So if I say Black lives matter, you agree with me. But so you do think Black lives matter? If you think all lives matter?
All
right?
lives matter, yes.
So you agree Black lives matter?
All lives.
All lives. So
yeah.
So you agree? You think all lives matter?
Yes.
And a Black life is included in all those lives. So you think Black lives matter?
I don't need to say Black lives matter. When I say all, I mean all.
So you're including Black people.
But will you celebrate Men's History Month with me? August is Men's History Month. Will you celebrate that?
No.
You believe Black trans matter, right?
Yes.
Do straight white Christian male lives matter?
No.
No? What do you see as wrong?
Things morally wrong.
Like what?
Like some of your opinions?
What chain gang?
You believe in slavery?
Well, slavery was a necessary need at the time.
What? You would have been a slave. You would have been cool with that?
If that's what the time.
Racism is a concept created by like Eurocentric beliefs.
What? So you learned it in your world history class?
I mean, if you read like books or Google is cool.
The word Karen, is that a slur against white women?
No, it's a name.
You also say F the police in that song. You believe that?
Yes.
This is yeah, that dude is does a lot He does a lot on behalf of white supremacy. He fights hard on behalf of white supremacy. And when he said slavery was a necessary thing at the time, I was like, anyway, Rebecca, what's your thought? Because the next video is even better than this one. But I like the way a young man. I don't even know him as an artist, but he handled himself really well in that. Yeah,
he deserves everybody to stream his music. He did handle himself really well. Everything that the man said, because this is a family-friendly show, as you told me before. But everything that was said,
it's not family-friendly, but it ain't, it ain't where we were on a phone call, on the pre-call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, no, but everything this young man said was right on the money. He seemed that, and I love the way, like, it just rolled off his tongue, like he was just calm about it. Not pressed, but he was just like, no, you know what I mean? And he's well informed enough to just let it be just like that. Because we're not here trying to teach people to not be, Yeah,
that was the thing that stood out the most. Is this kid, like, I don't know how old he is, but he was prepared without stressing at all. He was able to, he logically got all around him, exposed all of his, the young man. And I think that's kind of really a statement of this younger generation. The younger generations, Generation Zers, they're not playing around with these fools.
They're not playing around. As far as like calling people out, making their TikToks, and like pulling up on shows. He probably knew about this man already, but came on the show to have that conversation, to put him on blast, to just calmly just be like, you're wrong, and you're wrong. And for this man to sit there, we've seen his stuff for years. Like we've watched him. But for him to sit there and ask him about Karen being a racial slur, he was like, oh, it's just a name. I was like, yes, honey. And then for him to say that about, do you think anything is wrong with white straight males, and telling him, let's talk about it being Men's History Month. That's some white straight male stuff right there. Like, you that man, it's just ridiculous. I'm shocked.
I don't have much to say about Jesse, except for the fact.
Kudos to the kid. We need to get his name out there. Like, put it in the comment section so people could like follow him, find him, whatever the case.
It is Kabwasa, Kam. To the moderators on Facebook and all the different platforms, his name is Kabwasa. And y'all know I can't pronounce nobody's name worth nothing, but it's spelled Kabwasa. And young man handled himself well. I don't know anything about his music. His music probably is a lot better than the epic rap battles that we just listened to. So if you made it through the epic rap battles, you certainly can make it through his music. This is the video, though, I love. And I think you've seen this. Once I play it, you're going to recognize it. This is a model by the name of Samira Rahim. And she was doing the Slut Walk. This was a couple years ago, and Jesse Lee was trying to call her a slut, and she read him for filth and wait a second.
Yes, we are all sluts. You're a slut. All these dudes behind you are sluts. Your cameraman's a slut. Your PA's a slut. And your mic's a slut.
And what made you a slut?
Because I own my body. My body is not a political playground. It's not a place for legislation. It's mine, and it's my future. And
how old are you?
Grown.
And so you sleep around with a lot of men?
No, actually, I'm a virgin.
You're a virgin?
Yeah.
So you're not a slut?
Yes, you can be a slut. Because a slut is not what you made it, Jesse. A slut is what I made it. A boss, getting money, taking the mic, turning life around, taking over Hollywood. Samira.
So you are still a virgin, but yet you call yourself a slut.
It wouldn't matter. I'm saying it doesn't matter if I'm a virgin. It doesn't matter what a woman's sexual history is. A slut is just a word that you and your fellow penises made. A slut. Your mama's a slut. Your grandma's a slut. Everybody.
Is your mother a slut?
No, but yours is.
Your mother's not a slut?
No.
Well, you said every woman's a slut.
Everybody.
Well, why your mother's not a slut?
You are a slut. Not my mother in particular is not a slut, but a slut is a word for anybody who's owning their sexuality, turning up, and not letting Jesse twist their answers around.
So let me ask, I noticed are you dressed slutty today?
No, I'm dressed like a woman.
What made you decide to come out looking like this? You look like a slut. What made you do it?
You look like a slut.
What made you dress?
What made you dress like this?
No, just answer that question. What made you dress?
I dress like this because I can dress whatever I want to. Period. But what made you dress like this?
Let me ask you, do you
Why
believe?
you put on this striped shirt?
Let me ask you, do you believe in God?
Yes, Jesse. I believe in God.
Would God want you to be a slut?
God would want me to be whatever I want to be.
Would he want you to be a slut?
He would want me to be whatever I want to be.
How about a slut?
Whatever I want to be.
And why would he want you to be a slut?
He would want me to be whatever I want to be because God believes in choice. And you should know that, Jesse. That's why you were allowed to wear this lame-ass shirt.
Would your parents be happy to know that you're a slut?
My parents will be happy to know that I'm a free woman on a billboard in Times Square in Soho for Harry Real because we take back the woman form and we ain't lame dudes like Jesse wearing striped shirts.
Thank you so much. I wish you
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Rebecca.
Absolutely. We actually covered this on Like It or Not.
Did we cover this?
Yes, we did.
Okay, we did. Go for it.
I was so proud of this young woman at the time. She's probably like 2 years older or something like that.
Yeah.
But I was so proud of her because I'm like, we are not men's political playgrounds. But when she did read him for Phil and let him know, like, I am a virgin, but honey, I'm still a slut. You guys created that word. We taking it. We're owning it. We are not political playgrounds. Then she talked about that striped shirt that was trash, honey. Then he wanted to throw God into it. And she flipped that in 2 seconds. See, I love when people could read someone. When you come in with the bull and somebody could read you just reading them like a book like that, I live for that. Because when she was like, listen, God will let me be whoever I want to be because he is all about choice. Amen. 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 Comment section. I live for this girl.
Mark from Australia said, I got to go change my shirt.
Yeah, we're not doing lame striped shirts, okay? We're not doing no Jesse lame striped shirts, okay? But no, I live for this because she held her own. You know what I mean? Like, she made it comical, but she still had a message throughout the whole thing. And it was like, you're not going to come here and you're calling her, first of all, this old man is calling her a slut. And then asking her if she is a virgin. And then telling her, why is she dressed in this manner? Like, ew.
This dude is 70 years old, out in the streets, doing stupid stuff like this for attention and ran up on the right one.
The right one. And she read him, like you said, like I taught you, for Phil, okay?
Did you teach me that? You didn't teach me that.
Yes, I did, because you didn't want me to say it here
yeah.
at first, but you know, we're not going to go there. But no, seriously, it was good. It was good stuff. It was good stuff.
Because I don't give a shit. I will I will laugh at myself as much as I laugh at anybody else, and I'll clown everybody in the meantime. We should pull up clips of my work before you and I started working together, when I used to sit up on television. Welcome to Like It or Not.
I told you, I was looking at our old stuff and I'm like, ooh, cringy. When they first had me,
oh, wait a minute. It wasn't just me that was horrible at the beginning. They had you looking crazy.
Because it was cringy. I'm coming in there and they're just like literally trying to mold me to be something I'm not. And then just looking at that person that was in that cage. Oh, I know why the cage bird sings. Listen, I felt like this is not me. And I'm so grateful that we like crossed paths. They brought you and we was like, Black folks unite.
Cause all right, so I think there's a lot to be said and a lot to be learned about our time at that company. We'll just leave it at that. Because a couple of critical things happened. One, like you did tell me you were like, Ben, you gotta get off of this Walter Mondale news thing at night. Like, take the tie off. Right. and then I told you, I was like, look, you need to be you. Right. Don't let them tell you how to be. And this isn't a progressive media company. I want to make sure we establish a baseline. Everybody know what we're talking about. We met about 3 years ago now in Atlanta at a progressive media company and a liberal progressive media company. And I'm full. I mean, I'm cool with them now. Like I've reached out back out to them and I'm cool with them. But,
You own the page now.
Well, I bought the page from it, so hey, we might be doing things around here. But anyway, the point is that even at a progressive media company, liberals, people who are like pro Hillary, and some of them were pro Bernie, right? In that environment, it still was a stranglehold around our character and our personalities. And it wasn't until we kind of like had our own little rebellion against them that we were able to craft our own style in a way that we could be free.
Views on our work. Listen,
we started getting them numbers.
When we shared and brought our minds together, and actually was it, for this company that won't be named, but when we started doing our meetings, and they said that, okay, I just told them, can I please do at least one Black story a day? Like, please let me do a Black story, a story about a woman's health or what's going on, or a positive.
Let you be you.
Because I'm so tired of seeing, like, straight ahead, Trump smiles wrong. You know what I mean? I was just, and they were just like, Trump, Trump, Trump. It was just so much satire. And me being a Florida A&M University grad,
Hell Wildcats,
Rattlers, having, this background and wanting to just do more than almost satire and just, it gets the views. Don't get me wrong. I'm about that too. But at the end of the day, there was so much stuff going on that as Black people in independent media, which was just starting to pop off, we weren't able to really use our voices. And for the meeting to happen, and they told me, Rebecca, because I'm the Black woman in the room, they pulled up on YouTube, but they was just like, get the little girl, the little Black girl. They told me, can I stop doing the stories on Colin Kaepernick? Can I stop speaking about it?
Oh, yeah.
And I said, for what? They said, because the rest of the team thinks it's BET. It's coming off as BET. And I said, wait, but what did you say? As a woman in the room, like as the boss, like as the people, like, hello, what did you say for me? And it was like, well, they had you on mute. It's just what you looked like. It came off as BET. Now,
before you move past that, I got to double down on that because I want to make sure people feel what we felt when they told us that shit, right? When they fixed their mouths, and again, like this is water under the bridge. If they're watching, this is water under the bridge. Y'all forgave us. I forgave y'all.
I'm gonna say it on air. I forgive you guys. That was then. I know that it was a learning process for everybody.
But the lessons are important enough for us to go through the lessons every time she and I get together. Because here's what happened: we sat there in a meeting with progressives, with liberals. And they told us we were talking about race too much. The
only Black people in the room were talking about race too much during a time, my God.
And this was during the Colin Kaepernick. This is when Donald Trump was attacking Colin Kaepernick. And I'm like, hey, this is a great Donald Trump story. So this should work well for you guys because y'all love talking about Donald Trump. And I said, this is also a great story about race because it gives us a chance to actually express what we're feeling on the inside. And they were like, they did come for you. They came for you more than me because that's just how I guess people, but they didn't realize that we were peas in the pie. We were going to. So what I did was I pulled up the data. I pulled up the YouTube channel I went through all of our videos and I did the ratio on the top of my head. I said, y'all said that we are doing race too much. Here's 1 out of 10 stories. We had 1 out of 10 stories about race during the administration of the white supremacist in chief. I got a problem with the fact that you have this feeling that we're talking about race too much, but yet and still the data says we're only talking about it 1 out of 10 times and they had nothing to say.
Nothing. And I'm so this is why I needed you here and you needed me here because you needed me to give you the sauce, to teach you the ropes, the lingo, and to loosen up. It wasn't the ropes, it wasn't the lingo. Always there with the numbers and the stats, and like you were always there, and I appreciate that because I'm over here getting ready to sauce it out in the meeting, and you were just like, because I'm like, why is Ben not saying nothing? Because I was over there running them numbers, and then when I shut up and I was like, excuse me, and then you came and you was like, no, Rebecca, I got this.
Did you think for a second that I wasn't going like?
No, I know you were gonna have my back, but sometimes I do be like, Ben, I got this, and you be like, girl. But you came out with that, and I was like so appreciative because our work really started to captivate people, and at that time, our independent media, us being in that, people needed to hear more about what was happening, and it would be a disservice to the people who looked on like it or not. And didn't hear anything that was going on about our people, especially in that time when we were now able to have a voice outside of mainstream media to talk about Black men getting gunned down like it was target practice, to talk about Black women in the hospital, to talk about like just things that were being just looked over. We didn't want to speak about Trump all the time. Yes, we're going to mention him. Yes, there are other things in politics, but we needed to talk about what was hurting our community. We needed to talk about how it was hurting us, how it related to us, what we can do, what was being done, what is happening tomorrow. Like all those things needed to be spoken about. And at that time, why would I not mention Colin Kaepernick being called a son of a bitch by the damn president, you know? Like, and then with the whole comment of calling Haiti, which if you guys want to know, because I haven't even mentioned that since I've been on, I am Haitian. But with him calling Haiti a shithole country, how can I not speak about that?
Didn't that video of yours went like 2-3 million viral? It's something crazy.
But it was crazy because, and it almost felt like they loved, and I know we needed the numbers, I know that, whatever. But then they were like, you know, Rebecca, did it make you upset? And then try to, you know, just create this energy for me. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. What me and Ben do is very authentic. You know, we might create the stories, we might write it out, we might whatever. When we get on air, sometimes we just let it do its thing. You know what I mean? And that was the beauty of what we had. And everybody tries to, you know, try to do it and they can't. You know, you can't copy that. You can't, you know.
I just came across a video. I'm going back through our catalog because the videos are still up. You can go to content progressive on Facebook, and the videos are still up. I'm going back, and what caught my attention, what touched my heart was you and I just came across a video of the interview we did with Erica Garner.
Oh yeah.
And you and I were one of her last interviews. Before she passed away. She passed away shortly after Christmas, right before New Year's, 2018 or 19.
2018.
No, 18, had to be 18, right? Yeah. And no, it just touched me because like what she said on that clip really spoke to the pain and the trauma. Erica Garner is the daughter of Eric Garner, who was killed by the NYPD.
I can't.
And he was the one who was said, "I can't breathe," and that was an entire movement. And his daughter was in front of that movement, and she died a couple years ago. A couple weeks after me and Rebecca, unfortunately, the most unfortunate privilege of speaking to her in one of her last interviews. Not to bring the situation down, but it's just we had a good time.
It was what she said, though, that always resonates with me. It was her saying that, listen, Ben, remember she was just like, hey, this right here breaks you down.
Yeah.
So much of this breaks you down. We're fighting. And she's like, sometimes I want to give up, but I can't. I can't give up. I'm going to keep on fighting. I'm going to keep on fighting for the justice for my father. And people are just like, you know, dang, like other people looking like, girl, let it go. She was talking about her connections with other people who are considered activists right now in this whole thing. Every time something happens, a Black man dies and one of these activists get up for 5 minutes and speak on that. She was saying how they were telling her back, take the money and go. And she was just like, that's not enough. That's not enough. You can't tell me. She said she tried to do meetings with these people and they have told her, you're doing too much. You know what I mean? And she said,
she was.
We talked about how like it was just killing her. And you were telling her, hey, in that same interview, slow it down. We need you here. We need you to be able to fight for your father. And it's almost as if this fight, you know, just took her life. And she was a new mother, all these things. She was talking about her struggles. And it just, that really just goes to show how the trauma, she had to live it because that was her father. Then her watching other people get shot and her fighting for them too, speaking for the whole cause, for Black Lives Matter, for, you know, I Can't Breathe, all of it, for Black men being gunned down, like police brutality, all that. She's been speaking and fighting for it all while still trying to get justice for her father. Right. Now, imagine everybody who doesn't have a voice. She was trying to be the voice for them. And it just was a lot. And that's why I kind of pulled back from a lot of it too. There was a point in time we couldn't even watch the videos that we were talking about on the show because we were mentally messed up.
You could talk to my producer. I can't cover police brutality like a normal news story. It just takes too much. It literally drains, especially because every you know, it has gotten as close to me as a friend who I worked with when I knew him for 10 years and worked with them every Sunday for 2 years. And so I'm just kind of echoing what you said. Like, this stuff wears you down. And for Erica, it literally wore her down and took her life.
Yes. And that's why constantly I tell people, listen, like during the pandemic, I'm like, we were home and we had time to watch people just getting shot down. It's kind of making me emotional right now. I didn't want to get it there, but just having to watch that, I had to back up off that. And I was saying, listen, if you need a chance to breathe, if you need a chance to just kind of like get your mind right, you're still going to fight. The next day I still got up and I still was fighting, right? Yep. But today I just needed to call my dad, tell him I love him, and just love on people. Just kind of laugh a little bit. Just kind of, just be in my home and be thankful for life for that day. Because tomorrow I still got to go fight. Tomorrow I'm still going to protest. I'm going to use my platform to protest. I'm still going to talk about this. I'm still going to talk about Breonna Taylor. I'm still going to do that. We had to name so many names. God knows. Like, we're running in the streets for Ahmaud Arbery, right? One day. The next day, we're over here saying, we got to fight for Black women because we need to start say her name because Breonna Taylor, you know what I mean? And George Floyd, which literally happened in the middle of this whole pandemic, another man who's saying he can't breathe, listening to this man, a grown man calling out for his mom. You understand? Who no longer can be with his kids. Like, we had to deal with this back to back. People don't understand. As somebody who is, and I'm saying this not to hurt any person who is white or whatever your feelings, but as a Black person, right? In this country, this rips us apart every time. And a wound that can never be closed. It's just like an exit wound. It's just open all the time. It's just there. And it's just like, it's the constant pain that you guys will never understand.
Trauma. It's a trauma. Yeah. I'm
in therapy because having to talk about it for those years for so much, and then having Black fathers and nephews and brothers and friends, and just it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Every time I wake up, it's something else. I've stopped watching the videos fully. I've stopped watching the videos. I just hear about it, and that's enough for me.
I don't cover it. And what I am going to do, because I can't emotionally cover it, but it has to be covered. I'm expanding the team and bringing on people who, and this might sound cold, but I have to bring in people who can cover the story without it tearing their soul apart. Right.
It's going to, though. I hate to say it, because look what happened to us. We covered it for years, and I'm still talking about it. Right. I'm still covering. I'm still trying my best because I have to. This is my job. But we got to do things that keep us mentally sane too, because it took out, Erica.
Took out Erica. Yeah.
And I know Nina Simone said something. She said she had to literally uproot herself from the United States when she was fighting the fight, because she felt like it just never would end. It was getting to her mentally. She moved. She moved out of the country. If you listen to any of these activists, real, true activists, I'm just going to put that right there. But if you listen to any of these activists from back in the day, they will discuss how it's pained them because they've actually done the work, and how it just feels like it's never going to change.
Why is it everybody I bring on be subtweeting and throwing some hella shade? Go ahead,
it's the shady, but I need the person. I need people to catch it. If you know, then you know. I'm talking about true activists. Okay?
I've got no comment.
You just know.
I'm trying to see how far back I'm gonna go on you, Rebecca. Like, I've gotten a video of me that shows me at my cornea is my now listen.
You to go find me at the trash.
No, see, I told you, like, I have no problem laughing at myself, but that don't mean I'm gonna let you sit here and look like you ain't never had no bad videos out here.
Don't do it.
But for me, I'm gonna play mine first. Here's mine, and I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I'm gonna play a couple seconds of it, and then I want you to give the commentary on it. Now, listen, my commentary is fire. Like, what I'm saying is the truth, but I want you to observe the squareness. And my brother actually hit me up one day, the same time that you were telling me, Ben, you got to relax. And he was like, Ben, I know you, as a big guy, you want to like, suck it in and be, but he said, boy, if you don't loosen the hell up. And I preface that because this is legitimately 60 pounds ago. Here we go. Welcome back. There's something that happens in the moments after a domestic terrorism event or a mass shooting and before officials release the name, race, religion, and political affiliation of the perpetrator. In between the time we hear about the shooting and the time we find out the identity of the shooter, we get massive speculation about who the shooter was and what his motivation was. This morning, without any evidence whatsoever, conservative pundits and voices online began spreading misinformation about what was going on in Las Vegas because, well, that's just what they do. Conservative warrior and radio host and all-around jackass Wayne Allen Root went on Twitter at 2:51 a.m. in the morning. All right, that's enough of that. I stopped it.
Oh my! You always wanted to show that you knew the words.
Hey man, I'll be throwing it, but hey, I think you may have muted it, because what I love doing is I'll go through my vocabulary and then drop in something like an all around jackass. Like I like wordplay, but that's not even the best part of that video. The best part of that video is that I look like a swollen potato, in a suit and a tie, and that was my initial approach to doing independent media on that level. Like, that's not where I was. That's not who I was authentically. Like, if you want to know who I was authentically, you got to go back to the Benjamin Dixon show while I was in Boston the first time and where I was really laid back. But that's what I was, that was the chains that was on me. And so Rebecca, talk about it while I find the chains that were on you.
Don't go too far back. Okay?
I'm going to the beginning. I
was such a, you guys, it's crazy. We'll do it. But it was a lot of chains. You was chained at the ankles. I was like, yo.
The shackles on my feet.
Yeah. Take the shackles off my feet. I needed you to dance and not for the people. Hello? I needed you to kind of like just shake it off.
Do me versus what they were trying to make us do.
The cameras, I'm like, yo, like you like that song? I like that song. Okay. Like, it was just like, we could vibe.
What was your first impression was you thought I was like something you said, but you didn't pick up who I really was until I let my proverbial hair down.
I'll be in the office and have my music playing and I'm coming in with the big hair, nails, and just whatever. But you saw me like that. But then when you see me on air after they gave me the stories to do and they told me how to be, it was like almost them telling me to be something, and I was like, not that. But then they wanted me to be still saucy and black, be the token, whatever. I couldn't be myself. But then you thought I was too much and not enough. But in reality, I was too much and just enough. I was exactly what you needed for your show, and you were exactly what I needed for my knowledge. You helped me. You definitely helped me build my political knowledge to another level.
And to my credit, I do clown myself a lot, but I also give myself a whole lot of hella credit too. I helped you. I pushed you the same way. I pushed you the same way you pushed me, because I saw that you had an ability to communicate these political issues in an authentic way that was bottled up by the organization that we were affiliated with at the time, and I insisted because I talked to them. I'm like, y'all need to let her be.
Mr. Winslow, I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Which Winslow? Carl Winslow. Who said it? Because I'm gonna look at their profile. I'm gonna pull up. Y'all better be beautiful as hell.
Brunette, she's a pretty girl. But go ahead.
Okay, all right. You better be, because we gonna even if you are, we'll find something. But anyway, the point is that we had a fight. We had a fight for our liberation to be ourselves in a progressive media space, in a liberal media space, and it was garbage before. And as we were trying to conform to what they wanted, or in what we had in our mind with what they wanted, it was trash. But then when we got together and we were like, you know what, let's just do us, it went to a whole nother level.
It really did. we were able to be ourselves. We were able to talk about what was happening in the news. I was able to give you my, my news voice because that I am a journalist first. But I was also able to let people know what was happening, without barriers of mainstream media, which mainstream media is now taking that independent media style, watching people like Cuomo say that it's bullshit, bullshit on CNN is beyond me. It's beyond me because they wouldn't hire me, period, if I was doing what I do today. Then, I was told that I needed my hair to be straight, nails to be nude and short, which is what I wore at the time. Straight hair, nails nude and short, spoke a certain kind of way just to be in mainstream media. And when I said that's just not me and came to independent news, in politics, guys, and I really, just being in politics was just like, oh my God. But having been really schooled me on a lot of things, instead of being a journalist, just getting the story that day, regurgitating the news. Even our former bosses, slave masters at the time, they even were, trying to get me to understand it better as well. So, it's crazy to see just where I was. I was just a stiff little thing. Just, this ain't for me.
I'm not going to play you that hard. I'm not going to take you back to your very first video because as I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that to you. I respect you too much. Yeah. But I'm going to go somewhere in between. This is in between your first video and before we put the sauce on the show. Here we go.
Ever since Donald Trump has been elected, it's like he's brought on Russian President Vladimir Putin to be his vice president. Because we hear about him way more than we hear about the actual vice president, Mike Pence. Trump's relationship with the Russian president has been one highly criticized and televised mess. If you didn't already know, which you probably do, Trump is accused of colluding with Russia during the 2016 elections, which led to the crazy scandal that is the Russia investigation. Now that the backstory is out of the way, the big news here is that today Trump and Putin finally met face to face. This is a moment that everyone has been anticipating.
I'm gonna stop it there. I'm gonna stop it there. That's you. All right, I cut it. Here we go.
I'm gonna stop it there.
So, Rebecca.
Okay, so
that's you.
My new
mute your phone for me.
Okay. Yeah, let me mute it.
Okay, go for it.
Wait, no, you're still there. So I tried to give my news voice, and then still give sauce because that's what they were trying to get me to do. Use my news voice. I mean, if you guys have noticed from throughout the show tonight that I have just a blend of accents. So that's me, right? I'm Saucy, I'm Haitian, and I also have what they call proper speaking, right? So they wanted me to use my news voice naturally and then have that little spitfire that you usually do. And then so it's like, what is it? What they looking for? Do it need to be black or do it need to be I don't know.
Only thing, it was actually a great clip. It was definitely you. It was definitely you constrained trying to do what they wanted versus what's authentically you. But the only other thing I would say is, man, it just wasn't. I'm just glad we got set free. I'm glad we liberated ourselves and did us.
Me. Like you said, it was me, but it just didn't feel like me. It wasn't. Maybe the story wasn't something that I would have chosen.
Exactly. Number one, it was a story that they picked.
Yeah, and then but I will say, like I said, doing those stories helped me to understand what was happening because when I did more of those stories. And the conversation would happen in the comment section. I would get in there and I would be able to hang with the best of them. Mind you, they were remember what they called me? Black Barbie, right? And of course, yes, I'm kind of cute, but no, seriously. But I still I'm knowledgeable. I got a master's degree in this stuff. I don't play with this stuff. But politics was something that I was still getting into. I knew how to do the news. I knew how to do politics, but I didn't know how to do it to this level. Okay. When you're talking politics in this day and age, you need to know what you're talking about because you're going to be going toe to toe with someone asking you about the government or whatever the case may be, or what's happening in the news right now. What is this law?
Let me stop you only because you still doing the same thing that you used to do, which was you doubted your skill set, right? And it don't matter. It never matters how much you book smart about the political structure and all this back knowledge. You always doubted your real gift, which was the ability to look at, and I don't blow smoke up nobody's ass. So you have an uncanny knack of looking at a situation and cutting to the core of it like that. Like just as fast, if not faster than me. And that is something that is deadly in the political commentary game. And that's honestly one of the number one reasons I got you on here right now, so that everybody could see exactly what your skill set really is, in addition to how you package it. But you don't have to know you don't have to know the history. You can Google that stuff, right? And you low key, we be talking about a story and you pull over your laptop real quick and you be doing some Googles real quick.
They wasn't gonna get me.
You weren't gonna look crazy. You Googled it and you synthesized it and boom, engage in the conversation like you've known the stuff for years. So I may have quote unquote schooled you on some politics stuff, but it wasn't that you needed me to school you. You just needed somebody to tell you that you already know what the hell you're doing.
I appreciate that. Somebody in the comment section called me Being Mary Jane. All through college, they called me the same thing. So
is Being Mary Jane that old?
It's old. When it came out, I literally was like, "Oh my God, she's a journalist and she's black." And
no, you must have been when you were in a master's program, because it can't be that old.
Actually, no. I was actually I was at Florida A&M at the time.
Wow. Oh, maybe. Okay, so then, yeah, never mind.
My last year at Florida A&M.
Move it on. Let's read some comments from the comment section. Everybody wants to know what your Instagram is and how they can get up with you. So drop it, say it here, and also drop it in the chat rooms that you're in.
Okay, so my Instagram, I'm in Facebook right now, so I'll do it on Facebook. But my Instagram, I'll let y'all follow me because I don't really be letting people follow me on there. But you know what? We're in a whole pandemic. Let's love on each other. Let's find out what we do. Let's just be family. So follow me on Instagram at The Songstress, like Anita Baker, but THEE, Songstress, SONGSTRESS. Again, that is THEE, SONGSTRESS. That's on Instagram. And on Twitter, you can follow me at Rebecca Azor. That's my first name, last name on Twitter. REBECCA, last name Azor, AZ, like zebra, OR. Okay? So usually I don't really, I'm starting to get back on Twitter because like I told you, I took a little break. So I can be more, into communication with y'all on there. And on Instagram, you'll just see a little bit more about my life. Personally, so that'll be great. Y'all can see me outside of what I usually do, so that'll be great. So,
you sure you want them to follow you on Instagram?
I already gave it. They gonna find me.
Too late for that.
Always find me. They always find me.
Who was that? Who was that we were dealing with? And we can't say the person's name because it was a politician that we were doing a video. We were doing a video for, and they tracked you down on Instagram. They tracked you down on all your social medias. And I was like, bro, you're an elected official. You might want to
Can't even say what he is. People will find out because they will
People
go.
will find out.
But
yeah.
He's an elected official and he found me on everything. Mind you, my pages are open, but he found me on everything. That's why I never say where I am until after the trip. Because people's crazy. Okay? And
it's dangerous. It's rough out here.
And I can't lie. We were pretty big. Like we was pretty big at the time. We was getting our millions of views at the time and stuff like that. And people were finding me. And I'm like, okay, this is getting crazy. On Facebook, y'all can get me at Rebecca Azor as well. It's gonna be the picture of me in the grass. Me outside in the grass in a pink dress. Just follow that page. But
I'm trying to pull down one of our best videos. I don't know why the resolution. So here's something I didn't know about Facebook. Facebook, after so many years, they lower the resolution of your video because all the videos that we uploaded were always high definition.
I know.
These are from 2 or 3 years ago, and the resolution is like super low.
Trash.
But this was this is one of our best videos. We got like 2.5 million views, and it's worth showing because one, because it's dope, but then two, because it's dope. I'm going to fast forward through it. Rebecca,
you put the wrong name in the Facebook. It's THEE, but I put it up there. It's THEE, the songstress.
Oh, I didn't do that. That was my producers. Blame the y'all fault. Producers, yeah, no.
Songstress.
It was me. It was me. I messed up. It was me. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward through this one, through all my introduction, because I want to get to the good part of this clip of white conservatives being big mad over Black Panther.
Go to camera.
My favorite.
Ben Shapiro is a conservative.
This is when we finally got some sauce to us. Here we go. And we finally got our own way of doing it things. Let me just prop it up right here.
Batman, you're damn right. I'm done with it.
I guess you need to go to camera too.
How much more we got? Because I'm at this
We
point,
got
I'm
two
done
more
with it.
clips,
Let
Rebecca.
me tell you something. One thing about this Ben Shapiro, I'm going to say this and we can go to these 2 more clips.
Good
Ben
God,
Shapiro,
this is my segment.
understand and no, I'm sorry. I'm taking over. I'm hijacking this joint. I'm hijacking this joint. Listen, Ben Shapiro, you said we got Catwoman.
He said it like this.
You got this. Let me tell you something.
Catwoman.
Yes, we have an all-black cast and I see you're big mad. You're huffing and puffing. You're trying to figure out, oh, you gave us these little crumbs and you think that we're supposed to do with this? You say because,
if he actually saw Catwoman, he would shut the hell up and not ever bring that up again.
Never.
Did you see Catwoman?
Watch how you cut me off.
I didn't think it was atrocious, but what we're not going to do is compare that to what Black Panther is. This is a documentary. This is a work of art. And since you haven't seen it yet, Ben Shapiro, because I'm pretty sure you weren't invited to any premieres. I'm pretty sure. You know, go check it out. But you have no room to speak on it. You colonizer. Don't ever disrespect.
No, he's got more disrespect. Save some of that juice.
I'm ready. So let's throw it to these two.
Go to the next clip. Next clip.
Deeply, deeply important. Black children everywhere will now believe that they too can be superheroes who jump off cars in fictional countries. But the point is this, right? If you're not telling your kids they can be anything in America, you're doing something wrong as a parent. And if you had to wait until Black Panther came out, right? We heard this about Barack Obama when he was elected too. Now that Obama's been president, Black Americans will feel like they too can be president. It's a transformative moment. And yet, all we hear now is that America is deeply racist and Black people are still systemically discriminated against.
His voice.
I'm done with it. Go ahead. We gotta play this last clip so I can go in because the people are waiting.
One more clip. We'll save our commentary. Last clip from Ben Shapiro.
And that Black people are still victims in American society. So it turned out it didn't mean anything. When Obama was president, we were told it meant everything. And then he was president for 2 terms, right? Reelected overwhelmingly. And then it turns out it didn't mean anything because we needed Chadwick Boseman to somehow make sure that Black people felt accepted in American society because a bunch of white executives at Marvel greenlit a film about Black people in a fictional country in Africa. And the insanity that has attended Black Panthers, it's crazy.
So this
Wakanda
is
real, first of all.
So here it is. This is what happens when your audience when you're so used to pandering to your audience that you just have to say something.
You got to feed them.
You got to feed them something because he absolutely has nothing to say here that's valuable. So he crafts this straw man. Nobody has ever argued anything that he said here. No parent has ever waited on Black Panther in order to tell your kid that you could be anything. But his racist audience needed some fodder. They need something to be upset about, and so they crafted this and said, "Oh, you're too excited about this movie," when he could have just shut his mouth and go see the movie for himself and just shut the hell up. That's all
I mean, it's Black history, for goodness sake. Can we get this? Leave us alone, colonizer. Leave us alone.
When you guys
Do
see...
not try us in this week. First of all, what's his name?
Ben Shapiro.
Okay.
Ben Shapiro.
Shapiro Ben. Listen, let me tell you something. You have no room to speak. You have nothing to say. And we understand, we see why, because you're big mad. You're big mad because this is a huge Marvel movie. Joy. You don't want to, they don't want to see us happy, but what we're not going to do is let you steal our joy. You literally tried to compare this. You literally said, oh, you guys weren't happy with the Jim Crow? You guys weren't happy with the abolishment of slavery? You guys weren't happy with that? No.
Wait.
No, we were not. We were not happy with that. And you know why we're not happy with that? Because today we are still feeling as if we are in bondage. So when we get something good like Wakanda in the movie theaters and we can sit there and be in there for 2 hours, all we're asking is for 2 hours.
And he can't even give you 2
hours. 2 hours. And you won't even you already gave us just a month. And all we're asking is for 2 hours to literally feel good about ourselves instead of sitting there and watching Lord of the Rings and not seeing anything wrong with that with an all-white cast, not seeing anything wrong with that, but literally see people that look like us on camera, speaking in a dialect of people where we come from, people that you guys took us over here, brought us out here,
They always tell us to go back. They always tell us to go back to Africa. So why the hell we can't entertain Wakanda?
Clearly. So let us sit there for 2 hours and enjoy it. And if you don't have anything nice to say, you just hush it. We don't want to hear it. Ben Shapiro,
This is another thing he
goodbye.
said. This is another thing he said. I don't know if it played in these clips because we played all 4, but I don't remember hearing it. But inside this video, he also said that
there's a part that I'm looking for, and when you say, you know what I'm talking about, right? So audience, y'all please, but I know y'all enjoying it, but I'm gonna let it keep playing because it gets even better. Here we go.
of slavery 200 years ago. What? And I'm like,
Who did his math?
Like, do the math, son. This is the thing. If you take 2 grandmothers, 2 70-year-old women, 140 years ago, 150 years ago, we were right back there in slavery. Every time white people talk about slavery, it gets further and further and further away, especially white racists and white conservatives. First, it was 150 years ago. Then it was 200 years ago. Next thing you know, like, it's going to be 500 years ago because what they want to do is erase the connection that we have as black Americans today with what happened then and not realize that it's just a few years ago. So Ben Shapiro, I mean, Rebecca just said it all. I ain't got nothing else to say.
I'm done with that. I still got more, but we have a caller on the line, and I want to hope and I pray this caller is.
Cool. No.
But he said nobody complains about all those Marvel movies where there's a white lead or anything like that.
All white cast. How many movies, like, we can't even do the number. Like, how many? It wasn't broken. It didn't need the white characters, and that shows you that they can be complete in a way that Hollywood has never seen.
But here's the thing.
I'm sorry, I gotta find that part.
There's always been black people having to play the supporting role, not being able to have a full black cast to be a major blockbuster. And shout out to Stan Lee for setting this in motion in 1966, and it's just the way we are.
Black people, I'm rooting for everybody black, and in this movie we had spectacular people in there who showed us that what Africa, where we came from, where a lot of these white folks, colonizers, want to tell us to go back to, where we came from. And a lot of times people want to say, as Donald Trump, the leader of this free nation, this, you know, that we come from shithole countries, okay? But I will tell you, as a Haitian, Haiti is not a shithole country, but I will tell you where we actually, where all of us come from as black people in Africa, where these countries, as humans, from this beautiful continent of Africa, the beauty that is there, this is what this movie lets you understand. And there's so many issues in it as well, amongst black people, and it covers covers everything. So we're not gonna, it's a true story of everything on both sides, but what I would not do is allow somebody from the outside who can't possibly ever understand what it's like to look like this. Okay? So what it's like to look like this and live in a world that only adores people who look like this.
Talk, Rebecca.
So I had enough of it. And so this week, as this movie comes out, and we had the blessing to go see the premiere and get enjoyed again. And I'm going to go watch it again on this weekend. But, you know, for this week, I ask you just to give us our piece.
We're not asking you, we're telling you.
No, we're letting you know.
Give us our piece, or are you going to run up on these Wakandan hands?
These hands. With these Wakanda nails, okay? But no, give us our piece. Stop trying to look for an issue. Let it be, okay? We didn't complain with all the movies that we've been forced to watch that we've loved for years that have all white cast and a supporting black role or the token black person. Rebecca, we never complain about that.
He cannot stand to see this joy. And you know what? Just stay mad, Ben Shapiro. Stay mad with your
we do have another caller. So, caller, you are on air. What is your name?
I don't want to hear the caller. Let's skip the caller.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie for everyone. If you're black, if you've been through something, if you've been on a news show. But you know what I mean? They don't think that's normal. Not to be 30 in 3 years. That literally is just
I can't find it. Okay, it was the part. You might have to drop me the link, but it was the part where you said, you know what? We're not playing with you today.
I have it on Instagram.
You have it? Okay, send that to Instagram because I mean it's a long clip but man, we used to go ham we used to go hard in the paint on that show, and we woke up. They canceled our show during Black History Month, bro.
That is some wild shit. Okay.
They canceled our show during Black History Month.
I sent it to you on Instagram. I don't know if you can play that on here.
Yeah, I can play it for Instagram. Send it to me. I'm gonna go to my producer's chat real quick. Rebecca, you had a lot on your mind on that video.
When I say, okay, I don't know what y'all put in my bag because I already talk a lot. But I was going, okay? I was going and I couldn't be stopped. I was about tired. It was Black History Month. We had just watched...
So they canceled us the same month that we did that. We covered Black Panther.
Yes, and we were so excited about Black Panther, and I believe it was because they didn't like where we were going with what we were doing.
Right.
And that was the problem. It didn't come from them. Come on, somebody. They wanted to colonize. Hey. They wanted to colonize what we had going on. But what they didn't understand was how we couldn't be stopped. So we kept going with it, right? And then we started doing, for that month, every day we would cover Black history. We would cover Black history every day that month as well. And they just weren't having it. But that particular day, that particular month, that particular time, that movie was so special to us. Like,
we weren't playing.
We had something. Like, we got to dress up. We had to, in our Marvel, we had to, all of this good stuff happened for us as Black people. We went out there and sold out the movie theaters. That movie was #1 for a minute. Like, come on. We got to see it as a premiere. And
Right. We got the exclusive press pass.
We did. Thanks to your friend April. Yeah. So,
April Rain.
Yeah. So it was really, really for me a big deal. I was about tired of people before the movie came out and after the movie came out with their stupid behind think pieces talking about, well, if white people were to do shut up! Just hush. This is what I'm talking about right here. See, I'm feeling it again because it's just taking me there. I'm like, this is not your time. This is not your moment. This is ours. I'm about tired of y'all always doing y'all little movies, full white cast. Okay? Just one Black arm on the side. Like, we tired of that. We have a full Black cast. Deal with it. Watch it.
It was great. And I'm not even going to bring up the fact that, but I can't get this video. So for you to get the video, the best part of that entire exchange was a 2-second clip. I don't know, maybe it was 6 seconds, where she really turned up for real. So you got to follow her on Instagram to get it. And because for some reason it's just not letting me download it. Let me try one more thing because it is and I hope it's so good. Is it really good enough for me to be going through all this?
It's really not that serious, honestly. I mean, people still talk about it to this day. They made it a meme. It's just too much. But I mean,
they turned you into a meme.
They on Twitter when I used to be on Twitter.
I found it. I got it. I was able to download it. Here's my favorite part of that whole.
For goodness sake, can we get this? Leave us alone, colonizer. Leave us alone. We are not playing this week. We're not playing this month. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm not playing this year. Okay? I'm not playing this year.
So here's the thing, though. Let's talk about the business side of it a little bit. We were doing numbers. We were getting millions of views. And actually, let me unmute you before the audience start yelling at me. We were getting millions because what happens is what happens is I bring people into space, be like, oh, Ben, I like you, but I love that person you brought in. That's fine. It's fine because I'm getting paid off everybody.
No, but we're old partners, so it is.
Yeah, no, we go way back. What was funny though on the business side was we were getting millions of views before Facebook was paying people to get millions of views, right? That one video we had 2.5 million views on, and if we were able to monetize it at the time, I mean, shit, we probably would have cleared, we could have paid all the bills for the company that month off that one video. But we were ahead. We were ahead of the time. We were ahead of the time.
We were way ahead of the time, and I think that like now is a perfect time during this pandemic, especially with you doing the work that you're doing. I think that so many people are benefiting off of our model okay, of like it or not. And what do you see? What happened?
I'm just like all these super chats. People are sending in mad super chats, and I read all of them. But we're getting probably more super chats tonight than we normally get, so I'm gonna have to bring you back. That said, I am. The people want to hear you. Thumbs up in the audience if you want to see more of Rebecca Azor, or if you thumbs down if you think she's too much and she just too extra and we don't really need that energy in our space. And don't y'all. If somebody do a thumbs down, moderators block their asses. All right, well, let me do this. I'm gonna read the super chats, and even if they're addressing me, I want you to take a stab at answering all the questions. Ellie Void just sent in a super sticker. She sent you. They sent you a rose. Northern Man just sent $5 in as a super chat. Tam I Am said, many black women die because we are not heard, not believed. I saw it over and over again working in the medical field.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Yes. Listen, what's her name? Tam I Am? Listen, I definitely agree with you. I've shared so many stories that I could when I was able to talk about this, about black women in healthcare, in going to the hospitals, medical, like any medical needs they have. They're not being seen, heard. They're dying. Do you hear me? They're dying. They're dying when they're having their babies. They're dying when they have a simple cough. They're just not being heard anywhere. So we have to save ourselves, okay, when we go to the hospital. I'll never forget, and I shared this story online, when I went to the hospital and I had to get my surgery, and a lot of you guys, the supporters, because I feel like we have our old crew in the building anyway, and you guys supported me. Thank you for your prayers and things like that. But when I went and got my surgery, and I woke up, and I'll never forget it, 3 black women came charging at me when I woke up. I'm talking to this white lady next to me who was a nurse, and 3 black women came together. And then the white woman was like, y'all had to come together. And they looked at her like, yes, we did. They done rolled me into the room and they said, you're going to get out of here today. You're not staying. You're not going to stay 3 days. You're not doing that. So we're going to get you up. We're going to get you walking. And I'm looking at them like, excuse me. They're like, no, you're going to be okay. We don't want them to keep drugging you up, having you sleep here, do all of this and that. You are okay, okay? We're going to tell you what to do. You're going to walk around, get those blood clots out, everything. They were telling me, you're not going to lay in that bed so that you can be clotting. No, you need to get up, walk around, breathe. You need to eat. I'm going to take you to the bathroom one time. After that, you're going on your own. Yep. We need to make sure that you're out of here. And I'm like, and when I look back at that, I'm like, yo, those 3 angels were protecting me. I'm so grateful for that, because so many times these black women are going in, and it's an assumption that they don't have any insurance. We're not going to treat them. We're not going to see them. You don't even know the way that Donald Trump opened up the depths of racism hell, like for nobody's business. That same doctor, that same whoever, they've been wearing their hood this whole time. But Donald Trump told them that they can be free. So this same doctor that is supporting Trump and believes in everything that he says is the same one that's trying to see you, right? Imagine that, going to the doctor's office. These nurses, all these people, right? They don't believe in you. They just think that you're gonna come here. You're obviously gonna either you ain't got no insurance, or you obviously just have something already. They just assume that. Imagine that. Being a black woman and having to fight for your own life in the hospital, it's wild. So yes, Tam, thank you for your service. You say you work in the healthcare. So listen, thank you for what you're doing, because I'm pretty sure you already know what's up and you're doing your best to stop.
I need you to do me a favor, Rebecca. Tonight when the stream is off, I want you to go back to this section while you were talking, because you were doing your thing. But I want you to watch all the responses in the comment section because I put it on the screen. And I think I went through about 100 people who was really touched by what you're saying and everything else you said. The next one is from Philip Perez saying, we're talking about Megan Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez, but our girl who got canceled, Chrisette Michelle. Thank you. She got so canceled I couldn't even remember her damn name. She said, it said, being a victim of violence versus singing for an open white supremacist president. I'm not sure exactly what they were trying to say there. So
no, she was saying it's not the same. I hear her. It's not the same. But what I was saying is that's how much women are just not like, it's easy to cancel them. Like, goodbye. Like, look, Chrisette Michele was canceled, but the black men were not. Like the same thing, right? You got, you know, this woman that said that she was shot, we automatically just say no. We just cancel them. We tell them that whatever they're saying is a lie, all this stuff. So we got to come out with things like say her name so that we can be included into the conversations when we're shot too. We have to come up with things like believe her so that people could believe black women, right? Believe in black women, right? We have to come up with things like Me Too, but now finally put the black women in the forefront of it for them to understand that this was us. Like, it's too much. We got to do so much to be seen. So I get what
somebody said, can you please have a segment with her? A woman's view is different from dudes. We're gonna do. I got a feeling we're gonna do a lot more than give you a segment though. Like,
ooh, are we getting back? Look, is Like It or Not coming back? Hey,
because I'm gonna be honest with you,
remembers Like It or Not in the comment section on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you're watching from, please tell Ben that you want it back and you want it back with Rebecca. Okay.
I mean, well, there wouldn't be a Like It or Not with another host, obviously. But I mean, even still, like, cause this is, I'm just gonna cast the vision just a little bit here before we read the rest of these. Like, so two things. I got too much going on, but there's so much more to do. And part of what there is to do is really what I was doing with that, what I wanted to do with that other company that I got mixed up with, right? And we didn't get to do there what we getting ready to do here. What I was getting ready to say was Facebook wasn't monetizing videos back then when we were hitting them numbers.
Yeah.
They monetizing now though.
And I need bills to be paid doing what I love.
Right. No, and absolutely. Like, I feel like there are people who, I think everybody, right, in general, that's the purpose of what I do in my life, is that I think everyone should be able to live of what they're the best at. Like, whatever you are the greatest at, that's where we need you functioning, right? We don't need you, Rebecca, doing what you're doing where you do it right now and all the stress that comes with it. We need you in your lane, because if you're in your lane, you're going to be a blessing to a whole lot of other people. That said, we're gonna find a way to maneuver you. We got to talk all the business side of it and everything. We'll get all that squared away first, but we're going to maneuver you into being able to do videos, one, on your own. Because I'm like, yeah, we fire together, but you fire on your own. And then number two, transition you into leveraging your voice, because there's a lot of people who need to hear what you got to say. Like, peace is a verb on YouTube sent in a super chat saying, Dixon, Rebecca is fantastic. Tell it, sister. Philip Perez sent in another super chat saying, how is canceling Chrisette for singing an open white supremacist president the same as trolls canceling Meg? It's false equivalency. I don't feel.
No, I just explained.
Yeah, you explained that. Yeah, it's the same person with the. So we don't have to explain it again.
But thank you.
You don't have to say it again. Tanika sent in a shout out from the Dragon Squad. The Dragon Squad is the crew from the Damage Report, which is a part of the TYT Nation, just so you know. But they're sending some love, saying it's lit.
Guys, thank you.
Tam I Am sent in another super chat saying, I like the Barack Obama back-to-back video better. This one was better than the other two, talking about see, obviously, folks, I just need people to understand I know what the hell I'm doing. Okay. Those first few videos, we're going to monetize those, and we're going to make some money on it. I'm be able to buy Rebecca's equipment so that she could have a camera as dope as mine. That's what those videos are for. But they also were just the warm up to the real meal, which is what we're doing now. All right. So y'all don't, feel free to question me, but don't question me, guys. I know what the hell I'm doing here. Our Christelle says, man, those were some dark times. Not as dark as now, but damn, LOL. Talking about some of the older videos that we were playing.
They were dark. Literally, the lighting was off, girl, and it was dark because we was just in chains.
I didn't want to say it, but I'm like, boy, them white folks could not light us.
They could not light us. They couldn't find.
Because you look better. You look better with what you got going on right now on your laptop.
On my laptop.
And of course, like I get awards, not yet, but I should get awards for how I light up myself in my bedroom. They could not light us for shit.
Nothing. And I was just like, I had to explain to them, you guys, I have an orangey type skin. I'm a dark skinned woman. Can we get the brown girl, some brown? Because y'all got me in red. Y'all got me in white light. I'm ashy now. It don't make no sense. I need my melanin to pop. I need them to understand.
I love this. Guy Shaw said, Ben, you is one sly brother. Remind me of that scene in Harlem Nights when he said, Sugar, you's one sweet motherfucker. Infinite Content on YouTube said, Ben and Rebecca, is Jesse Lee Peterson closer to Clayton Bigsby or Uncle Ruckus or Steven from Django? Discuss. You remember all those characters speaking for Django?
The last two. So I'll do Uncle Ruckus. So
okay.
That's what. But in Django, I was actually watching that the other day and I was mad. I was like, really? But he's worse. I think that he's worse. He stands in his own lane. He's so bad. It's terrible. And it looks like, remember when I was saying how every time Lil Wayne does something wrong against black people,
he loses a dread.
This man's like he's losing skin cells. Like yes. It looks like he's losing skin. His melanin is like, you don't deserve me. It's terrible. It's like some Lovecraft Country stuff. It's just like, it's terrible.
Oh man. All right, because we got so many, we'll have to come back to that question another time. Misty Bauer said this will take several posts, so I will number them. Number 1, things to consider: it takes 14 genes to make up the color of your hair, 17 genes to give you your eye color, but it takes just 1 gene to give you your skin color. It's a pigment regulator. It's turned up for people with dark skin and turned down for people with light skin. This is to say, all of our lives, white people would literally cook if we were in places of direct sun, and dark people in places where the sun is further away, they would freeze. This is why white people can tan in the summer. It's built like sun protection. Number 5, and Misty paid to say all of this, so we're going to read all of this unless something crazy come up. I'm just kind of reading carefully. It is a good thing that we should cherish the gift made to keep us alive. This is why I think it's crazy to be prejudiced over 1 gene. And sadly, those who fight for everyone to be loved, respected, and inclusive, we are thought of as just trying to not look racist. Truly, I want us all to stop fighting over 1 gene. If we were going to fight over genes, we should fight over eye color. That's how dumb it is. Hope this is understood. Much love, and I'm grateful you speak to this. I know I want this to be a win for you all. Dragon Squad, Trap Squad. Trap Squad is the morning crew. That's what we call the guys.
I saw that.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's a lot, friend. But okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think she said
right.
it. Yeah, she said it. I don't think we have to add anything to it.
No, she schooled it. So she educated people. So no.
Cam sent the super chat in saying, that's my girl. She's a boss, edited by YouTube. Laminia on YouTube said, love you, Ben and Rebecca. Catherine just sent in a super chat with no comment. Thank you for that.
So explain super chat to me. I'm the old lady right now. So explain super chat to me.
Super chat is because there's so many people commenting in these videos. YouTube gave people a way for their comments to stand out and stay. But you pay to do it.
I'm paying to do that.
Yes. So at the end of the night, I'll see what the grand total is for today, and I'm probably just going to gift it all to you, because like, why would I split it? Right? I'm doing numbers everywhere, so I'm just going to send this. This is all love for. This is going to be all love for Rebecca. See, I joke with the guys on the morning and be like, y'all ain't getting none of y'all money, but I can't play like that with a black woman, because I ain't worried about what you would do. Everybody in the comment section would leave me and never come to my show again if I don't do right by you. So I can't even joke like that with black people.
I really appreciate that. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, I have been just taking a real break, just trying to figure out how to like get back into it and also be able to pay my bills. I stepped out from all of it because a lot of what happens within the independent media world, which is a blessing, right? And then it's just also being in a room and having men, whether white or black, but having men tell you who you are. When you're kind of at a place where you're like, I know whose I am and who I am. So you can't come and tell me how to do this, when I just was bothered by that. But I needed to step away for my mental health, because it just felt like I'm tired of people trying to create this person for me, and I was just tired of it. And then when they see everybody loving on me, then it's like, but I remember when no, you didn't. You didn't believe in me then, and now look at you. It's your loss. So
Callie Keffy on YouTube said, "Give Rebecca her money." See,
run me money.
See, I could joke with the fellas like that. I cannot joke like that with the black woman. Black Corvo on YouTube said, "I always got upset about these absurd police brutality cases against black people, but George Floyd hit too hard. I hyper focused on it for a full week, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it took me a month to actually watch the video. I didn't need to see the video to understand the video, but two, I couldn't handle the video because this summer I was in a really dark place, and it was very possible that I would have been locked up for what my heart was telling me to do.
I couldn't even go outside. Right now, I live in a predominantly white area, and moving here in the middle of the pandemic, in the middle of protesting, with so many Trump supporters all around, my first night here, I had the police called on me. I'm the only black person in my whole building, and I was afraid, I was afraid for my life. But then it was kind of like, then I was ready to just turn up on these people. It was just I was in so many different phases. I went to sleep afraid, and then I would wake up and see them. I didn't even shop in the area because when I did, it was people were looking at me, and I'm thinking, oh, they're going to try to get me at the car. So now I got to be ready to put my hands on somebody, or it'll be them walking near me, and I'll be thinking to myself, oh, they think that I'm going to move because I'm in the lane with them. And my head was always on high alert, and I didn't want to be that way. But I was ready, okay? I was tired. I was stripped. My mind couldn't take it. And at that point, I had seen the video of Ahmaud already. I was not going to watch this video. And I was fighting
for... the Ahmaud Arbery video. God damn.
That was too much. And then I was fighting for Breonna Taylor every day for us not to forget about her. So it was all of this going on. And I'm it just it stripped me down. So you are right. It puts us in a really dark place. And I had to come out of that. I really did. And I'm still in a place where I'm just still mad. But I do daily things to help me get out of that. Do you guys I'm going back to that place. So I need you guys to understand what happens when you kill one of us. This strips us down, that we have to do things like go into therapy, have regimens every day to keep us focused on things, for our minds not to shift off to something else. Because when we get on social media, what happens is we're reminded that this person got killed. We're reminded that we have to continue this fight. We're reminded that voting is very important. We're reminded all this stuff. It's the pressures are on us like nobody's business. And on top of that, you got to be a family man. You got to be a father, right? I have to work because you think that my corporation, the people that I work for, give two damns about me protesting or about how I felt when I saw the video of a black man getting shot or of a black woman getting shot and not getting no justice? Do you think they care about that? You think they all they said was, we're working on inclusion and we're working on having the race conversation. Every day I get an email about that. And you know me, they have me on high alert because they know my background. And I've spoken on this company many a time on my own against them. And they dang, why are we going viral? Because Rebecca said something. So, you know what I mean? So it's I've written them emails telling them, hey, you guys need to do more, right? So it's just it's a lot of pressure. Still got to work because I got to pay my bills on top of being stressed out, wanting to protest, having to get online and say something because that's my protest. It's just a lot. It's too much.
It's a lot. Catherine Walker sent in a super chat saying, this is Ahmaud Arbery. This is in your honor. Black Corvo followed up and said he couldn't sleep that week from pure anger watching the George Floyd. Anonymous sent in a super chat. Debbie the Bernie Bro said, I'm white. I will never understand the pain and struggle, but just wanted to let you all know I'll fight alongside you, period. Mad love. That's love. Black Corvo said again, he said, and I'm white. I can't imagine black people's pain. I'm not going to read your comment there. Thank you for the $2 donation, but I'm not going to ever throw some hate towards a black woman on this show and it's not about you. It's about somebody else, Rebecca, unless it's Candace Owens. Yeah. Unless it's Candace Owens. Yeah.
Just need to get her hair done.
You getting the edges.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
Peace is a verb. Thank goodness for all of our foundational prior versions of ourself. Hey, yeah, I can feel that. And I'm gonna read them, and you just jump in if you want to say something. Thomas Depko said, "Do you think that non-evangelical?" Oh, we covered that one last night.
What?
Sharon Middleton said, true activist. I know what you're saying, sis. Teddy beat Ben too cute. We'll leave that there.
True activist, baby. You know what I'm saying? Look. Okay.
Let me keep going. Cam said, true that. Wow. Infinite Content said, Rebecca, be kind and fair. Unless you talk about Ben going to that little school he went to in Daytona, who is little friends in their little band.
Ooh. We can't talk about that. That will be, listen, I just mentioned the little school. Thank you for mentioning it. That's for credit. But listen, as a Rattler, a Florida A&M grad, the most prestigious university in the nation, #1 HBCU on top of that. Listen, we can't mention that. However, people on the outside, you can't speak about it. I've said this already.
Yes.
Like, we've talked about this. It's our battle. It's a family thing.
So my wife went to FAMU.
He married
same little raggedy school you went to.
From that.
And yeah, no, I got a queen, she got a king, and she got a king from Bethune-Cookman University. That said,
you didn't even go there when it was a university. Stop playing.
Don't matter. Well, what you gonna call your school, Florida A&M State College?
University.
You gonna call it what it's called now. You gonna call it when it's called. Hey, listen, BCC, Bethune-Cookman College, still beat y'all asses at the Florida Classic year after year after year after year. I digress. Pieces of Herb says here, sent in $5 super chat saying, I see you, Rebecca. Thank you. Nick Eden said, damn, I miss y'all together. Ben, I know you have a lot on your plate, but damn, this makes me want like it or not. And he didn't say like it or not. He said lion. Remember?
I told you, our people are in the room.
Yeah.
We have our people in the room.
He said he looks forward he wants to see it on a regular basis. Pythagoras just sent in 2 purple hearts. Maximilian Goodwin said, this is for bringing Rebecca on the show. Thank you for all the hard work you do, Mr. Dixon. Thank you for all the hard work you do. I hope you consider starting your own network eventually. You never know what might be happening right underneath our feet. Philip, you can't keep a good man down. You can't. No matter how much you. Anyway,
like it says on the vacant lion page, they try to stop us, but they can't. At the time,
they did for about 2 years. we put that up there 2 years ago. They try to stop us, but they can't. Yeah, they stopped us for about 2 years, bro.
I said, yo, this page hasn't been touched. We've been stopped.
We've been stopped so long. I look like half the man I used to be.
I got braces. I got whole braces.
But there's you go to church. The sermon is delayed but not denied.
Come on, somebody.
Philip Perez said, oh my gosh, she won me back with Black Panther versus Ben Shapiro. And then he said, colonizer. He spelled it colonizer. Nick Eden said, motherfucker said Wakanda wasn't real, but white people having I lost it. Hang on. It said, motherfucker said Wakanda isn't real, but white people are having full on Quidditch games like they're at Hogwarts. Now, I know that is, what is that? What movie is that? Harry Potter. I never read any of Harry Potter. I was too old for that shit by the time it came out. Jeff Wardolph, and you know what? On God, Jeff. I know
him. I know him.
Yeah, Jeff has kicked it with us for a while. He subscribed to me on Twitch for a month, and I got to reciprocate. We got a new.
Can I tell a little story about him?
Yeah, sure.
What is going on? They might be cutting grass in the back. It's crazy. That's what I hear. But no, Jeff, when we first started this, he actually sent me some encouraging words on Twitter. When I first had my Twitter, he was like, and he was very transparent. He said, I may not agree with some of the stuff that you say, but I really basically something along the lines like, I like how you do your news. I like how you're out there doing it. It was something along those lines. And I was so appreciative to that. You know what I mean? I like when people see me, like, because I see people, and I really appreciate that. That was so long ago. I think that was like in 18, 17, but I appreciate it.
And now he's been I've known him for some time. He's been supporting the work since then. Necro Merlin on Twitch said, I agree. Let's get this party started. Come Correct on Twitch said, rap battles because we know the wine will be flowing soon enough, and then fire. Come Correct. If you have additional channels or books or anything, don't hold back. I think this is a conversation between them. Hang on, let me skip through a little bit.
That's right.
Com Correct says the raps, the actors, the production is solid. That's how to approach some of the different. Let me just kind of scroll through because it's late. Com Correct said, Ben, please show us. I've never seen it. Hang on, what are you talking about? I'm gonna have to get context. This is from Andy from Ohio. It's my opinion as a white woman that the U.S. wasn't ready for. It says, it is my opinion as a white woman. Oh, you see my boo boo back there?
Look at him. He got so big.
Come here, man.
Hey, cutie.
He has on his Google Colors shirt. You want to show him your shirt? He don't want to show him the shirt. You want to go to mommy?
Tired.
Go to mommy. Go to mommy's room.
Oh, he got so big.
Yeah. And I'm
I was there when she was pregnant. She was pregnant, and
it felt like she was pregnant for 3 years with that boy. Anyway, Andy from Ohio says, it is my opinion as a white woman in the U.S. That the U.S. wasn't ready for you and for me and you, for you and Rebecca. But guess what? Some of us white people want to learn and support Black, Brown, Indigenous, Pacific Islander, and other people of color. That's love. Dura Bleak said, I remember a few nights this past summer and different videos from the past few years just kept replaying in my head. As a Black man, I was like, all of these could be me. I couldn't get to sleep until I was exhausted. This stuff is so traumatic, and it's tough work to work through. It's tough to work through stuff when it consistently happens. It's like we never get a chance to recover from the last one.
Never. It's so. Remember that time when we were on air and then we discussed that we were like, dang, we're really desensitized to these shootings. Yep. Now, with the and when I say shootings, I'm not talking about when they were shooting Black people. I don't think we can ever get over that. It was the school shootings. I hate to say it, but it was like the next day it was a school shooting, and we couldn't even like really mourn over the last one. But I think that's something that's happening with us with the these murders. Okay. Like we don't have any time to mourn. Like you had George Floyd, then all of a sudden the Breonna thing, which was already out, but it now we started to giving it more. We're putting more eyes on it and talking about it. Then when we got the details of it, it was like, oh my God, Breonna Taylor. Then, like all this stuff that was happening, it was like somebody after another. Like we just keep mourning somebody. And then it's like George Floyd. Did we forget about him? Like, did we forget that this whole thing started? Like the whole thing started because of him. So it seems that way, but we become a little like, just
desensitized. We have to be in this field. You and I had to be. We had to like cut that off because if I got as angry for every shooting of a Black person as one shooting of a Black person deserved, I'd be dead from stroking out.
Oh my God.
And so for us to survive, we have to desensitize ourselves to it.
Anxiety. I don't know what, it just happens over my body and my mind. It's just crazy. But when them shootings was happening, it's like we wore black one day. The next day we got to work discussing that one.
Yeah.
Another shooting happened.
This is from Jeff. He sent another note on Twitch. He said, I would never feel this pain the way y'all do. I feel for you. My head hurts for your community, but I know my experience will never be yours because we live in two different places in two different worlds. The Diabetic 86 says, I can only imagine it's like the rage of emotions, but we experience when we lose. Let me slow down. I can only imagine it's like the rage of emotions we experience when we lose a loved one, but it's on a daily basis. I've always said that empathy is more complicated than sympathy because there are levels of it and that some of us can never feel, but only be there to listen as an ear. Ja Murray Anise. Take time on that name. Good day, comrades. No one told me it would be Flashback Friday. It's been a good way. It was a good one.
It was Flashback Friday.
It was. Bridget Graham sent in a super chat saying we need more Rebecca. Laverne Hall said bring Rebecca back. Break new ground. Devin Nunez's cow's brother is the name. Just sent in a super chat. Latif Min said, sent in a nice size super chat. Thank you, Latif. Said, when it's time to send soldiers to the front line, the government will bankrupt the country to fight wars. Our frontline Black medical essential workers need this government to support them as well. Facts.
Well, let me read some on this side.
Go ahead.
From Facebook. So I guess when I was looking for a word other than desensitized, C&E Williams on Facebook said numb, which is basically desensitized. But yeah, numb is one of the things that we've been feeling. She actually wrote above that and said, hey there, Ben, just woke up. My brain is mush. I took a few mental days off. You see what I'm saying? We need the mental days. Somebody mentioned Emmanuel AME Church. Yeah, just thinking about that. Our whole new normal depends on, this is from Barb Karfarek. Our whole new normal depends on being desensitized to so many things. And that's how we're living right now. Because during this pandemic, listen, people are so, and it's a wrong thing to be desensitized to, but people just want, I've been lonely. Now this whole pandemic, I've been a very lonely person, right? And I've been going places here and there. The places that I go to, if I feel like it's too many people, I'm there for a short amount of time, or I try, right? But a lot of people are desensitized to the pandemic, and I'm like, I just posted on Twitter or retweeted how they were saying it's the third leading cause of death in the United States, the third. Wow. So it's like it put me back in a place where it's like, okay, now I got to start looking at some things, and trying to make sure I put myself in that, like, okay, go back to the mindset of, okay, Rebecca, remember.
Staying out the streets.
Because I be in the streets now. I'm not even going front, but I'm the girl with the mask, or I'm the girl who's like standing if I don't know, if I don't feel. But y'all, I love people, and it's so hard to not like hug or give love. It's really hard for me, but I do got to protect myself. I got to get back to that.
I have officially transitioned to a hermit.
He has, y'all. Like, this man
I ain't playing.
He's not playing, and I understand. Like, you got a whole family or whatever, but like,
because in my back of my mind is like, as much as I love being in the streets, I'm like, can I imagine being responsible for bringing that to my kids? No, I can't. So I'm staying my ass at home. I'm a hermit until further notice. Andy from
she said I was gorgeous. And Terry, you said I was insightful and brilliant. Thank you so much.
Andy from Ohio said, "Oh my God, Ben, I want it to be you and Rebecca here talking to us on a regular basis." Now hold on. Now I'm gonna give Rebecca her own space.
I like having the conversation with you too.
No, I like it. No, I'm gonna we're gonna figure out how to do it. We're gonna figure out how to do it where because ultimately I think where y'all need me the most is bringing as many of you all to the front as possible. And I can't physically be on everybody's show. But I can physically get everybody's show going and get that shit popping all the way around the board.
You're the leader here. I remember when you led us to a really good place, and that place was taken from you, but they can't hold it. They couldn't hold you down. They couldn't hold you.
You can't hold a good man down. You can't. Kat Beatty sent in a super chat just saying thumbs up. Karen Webster said, "Wow, Rebecca, you're amazing." Kat Beatty BT. I hope I pronounced your name right this time. She sent me the correction, and I don't know. It's just a mental block. I say words backwards. I read things. I hope I said it correctly. I never got tested for it. But Karen Webster said, "Wow, Rebecca, you're amazing." Che B1 on YouTube said, "We want to hear your intelligent Black woman thoughts." Yep. Philip Perez says, "Thank you for the clarification on Meg Chrisette."
That's me, honey, and you don't understand how much it means a lot to me that you guys are really sending love. And I'm gonna say it like this, because like I said, it's been some lonely months in this apartment by myself. And I have to encourage myself, and I've been sending out love to people that I can, but it really feels good for you guys I just like talking to people and just talking to you guys, and you guys appreciating and inviting me in and being open and receiving me again like you guys used to. I appreciate that. And for the new ones, I appreciate you too. I love y'all. I mean it.
But this is why I do it. Like, just the interaction really, it helps out in this pandemic.
Oh my God,
it helps. I had to learn that it is as much of a help to the people who are watching as it is to me. Because I used to be like, I'm like, y'all telling me thank you. I want to tell y'all thank you. Thank you for letting me do this. But and then people start sending me messages. They're like, no, Ben, thank you for creating this space. So we're going to bring even more people into this space.
Valerie said we need this every other week, one night.
No, well, yes, in terms of you coming into my space, because this is my.
Let me tell you how. So let's do a short story real quick, because it's always a story.
Oh Lord.
So I had, they wanted to give me my little show called, and it's a beautiful name, Reality Check with Rebecca.
Reality Check with Rebecca.
So that was cute, but Ben was like, yo, scrap that. And like, come over here. But then when I went over there, it was like, do your one story and go. And then it was like,
no,
okay.
It wasn't.
But then it was like, you did that story good. They like us together. Let's monetize on this. Businessman. So then he's like, this is how we're going to do it, whatever. Then I started asking, okay, since I'm coming on all the time, I feel that
your name should be in the headline.
And all it was then for them to type it in. I came in a whole week later, my name was not on the marquee. And I would fuss about it, y'all. I'll be like, and he'd be like, you're coming into my space though. But I'm like, but we're now sharing this space. Like, I want my name on. I feel like it should be, like it or not, with Benjamin Dixon and Rebecca Azor. Finally, you guys, after me screaming, neck rolling, staring at him side-eye when he's doing his stories, my name finally appeared on the marquee.
Durableak, have a good night. We're gonna wrap it up here soon. I do want to finish reading all the rest of the super chats, but no, you got that story wrong. I never had any issue with you having the name on the marquee with me. That wasn't. I did.
He would be like, "Oh, it's just the name, Rebecca," and I'm like, "Wow." And then it was funny because then the producers, I'd be like, "Can I get my name on there?" And Bob, whom I love, was be like, "Well,
we love Bob.
I used to be so bad."
I want to get Bob. I want to get Bob involved in what we're doing here. I'm telling you,
Bob and Derek. Love Bob and Derek. Good people.
My mind just skipped a little bit, so let me get back on here. Awesome show, Ben. Put this towards Rebecca. This is from Marcos on YouTube. Said, awesome show, Ben. Put this one on Rebecca's setup. Thank you both.
Thank you, guys.
Marcos, if you don't mind, I'm going to send. This is just going to go to Rebecca. And those epic rap battle of videos that I made y'all sit through, that's going to go to her setup. But we do appreciate the love. Debbie, the Bernie Bro, said, we decided on Trap Dragon Squad. There's so many people from the Dragon Squad who are a part of the Trap Squad. They made their own hybrid, like Bradgelina or what they did a hybrid.
Somebody
Nick, what?
I come to the party. Look, the party on Tuesday with the Trapsters.
Yeah.
Youngsters. Look, Laverne Hall. Thank you for inviting me, girl. Thank you.
Lee Cloud, one of my favorites. He said, male privilege in the house? No, it wasn't male privilege at the time. But you were the only woman on the set for most.
You guys, I kid you not. I was the only woman on the set towards the end of the whole thing. And having to come in there and go into the bathroom with the toilet seat up.
And they used to blow that bitch up. And I used to be so mad because the bathroom was right next to our offices. And every day, 30 minutes after lunch, it was Fallujah. It was just a war zone.
So before we go, because we need to let the people sleep. But listen, before we go, remember when we had that fish for moral support? First we were like, fuck that fish.
A fish?
Oh, sorry, y'all. First we were like, forget the fish.
What fish?
Then you don't act like you don't remember the fish. We didn't even name the fish. We never named it.
The fish that...
Listen.
That real live, it was a living fish.
It was a living fish. And they left it. They brought, our old bosses got this fish, brought it there, and never took care of it. So we just started taking care of it. And it started becoming like our own little pet, but we would like sit when we would get stressed out. We would sit there and talk to the fish. But we thought the fish died because there was a big storm and we couldn't get to the office for like a good.
Oh yeah, and that fish survived though.
And no, we came back and we like, that fish is dead. So I have it on video till this day.
We were getting ready to pour it out.
Funeral, and we were about to pour it out, and that thing popped back up.
Came back to life.
I said, Lazarus,
can these dry bones live?
And then we were like, oh my God. So then the fish was not ready to die. The fish was not ready to die.
We got some really great last few. I know everybody has to go, and I got to get to sleep because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make people love the morning show so much and love with somebody else in my seat, and then love your show so much, and I don't even have to like actually be here, and all day long we just have amazing content from amazing people who are fighting for liberation, and I can
Build
go and take
it
a
and
year
they
off.
will come. Build it and they will come.
So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Nick What said, Ben, please bring Rebecca back. We need strong, intelligent, beautiful black women repping for the ladies. Y'all men are great, but I know, I of course. I know what I'm doing. We got this.
Oh, also, you got.
Go ahead.
No, listen. So this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this for Ben. Since Ben is always on air right now, and we're calling the digital space on air because that's what it is. But since he's always there, if you guys have any, do you have a P.O. box, Ben?
I do, and I don't even know it off the top of my head.
Okay, so I was going to say, if you guys have any like things you would, right now he's very scared of COVID-19, but I was saying like clothing or whatever, for him to like put on during his shows and things.
You really trying me like that?
Like,
you really trying me? You think?
I was just saying. Like, just like little things. So there's a lot of black-owned businesses, and I feel like this is.
Oh, you mean like as a sponsor?
To give them, to give them.
Okay,
or
okay.
Like,
I thought you were clowning my blue shirts because I wear blue shirts every night.
No, see, that's your personal issue. That's you, because I didn't even think about that. So, like, that's your personal problem.
It is because I had.
See, I ain't even know.
Bro, wait. Remember when I was doing MSNBC like twice a week, once a week, and and I was wearing the same blazer every single time, and you messaged me and said, if you don't get a new blazer on national television, I am never dealing with you again.
I was tired of I'm watching this man, supporting this guy, just being there for my friend. And I said, this is the third, fourth time I don't watch this man, and he got the damn blazer on.
That's because it was the only one that fit me at the time.
The same navy blue blazer, and he just kept doing it though. And I'm like,
but I had different ties. I had different shirts.
You think people not notice that's not the blazer?
And you know what's funny? I honestly, my brain just operates. I have to accept the fact that I am just fundamentally different than a lot of people because it never crossed my mind, not a single time until you told me.
I was like, come on, Benjamin Dixon, like, please, like, you're giving good stuff here. Like I loved it, but I was like, yep, no. Not the blazer.
Well, at the time, because here I can make it a sad story. At the time, it was the only suit that fit me, and it was the only one I could afford because it was just really hard times at the time. So, yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if that's really true, but I do know that you were losing weight, and which is good. So
yeah, but no, I appreciate. Honestly, I brought that story up because I'm just completely oblivious. I said, I got my good blue blazer and I changed my tie, and I just didn't dawn on me that millions of people are watching me every single day. What the hell is wrong with me? Why am I not switching the blazer? Miss Fleabone G says, I was shocked to learn that black women with #chronic pain are undertreated because doctors are taught black women have a higher tolerance to pain. Yeah, I lost a cousin in childbirth. December 2019, January 2019, because they just neglected the same stuff that has happened over the country over and over and over again.
And it goes back to like slavery days, or way back when they were using black people to test because they thought that we really couldn't feel pain. Like that's the medical system, like all the stuff that they were like mutilating our bodies because of that, So yeah, this stuff is like, it runs deep into these people's minds, into these professions. Okay, so it's all systemic. Thank you, Dan.
Let's back up. Let's clarify for Infinite for everybody. Because he said, Rebecca, if his wife is okayed it, what do you want us to do? No. He's not. She's not talking about my personal wardrobe. You're saying stuff that we could sponsor and people with their own brands and stuff that they can.
Oh, no, I don't mess with that. Listen, that's his home. Wherever the wife says go. Period. Now
You talking about on the business tip?
On the business end of it, I was saying for people who have Black-owned businesses, I apologize if I wasn't clear enough, but people who have Black-owned businesses, if you have anything that you would, and he likes to wear the logos and things like that, you love your stuff, so like if y'all have anything for him, but right now, I don't think that he would because the pandemic and he ain't about that life. But
listen, whatever you send me, just know whatever you send me to the P.O. box that I don't even go to because I'm not going to the P.O. My P.O. box is probably jam-packed like a damn black hole at this point because I haven't checked it in the pandemic. But if I happen to go, I'm going in my gas mask and I'm taking a whole gallon of alcohol and I'm spraying whatever. So make sure whatever you send is alcohol resistant. Countess Delion Court sent in a super chat, didn't say anything, just sent a little donation. Luminia said, yay, Rebecca. Deer in Headlights said, thanks, Benjamin and Rebecca. Love from Minneapolis. Dan Zen said, Rebecca, a gift for you. Tam I Am said, I've had a difficult time at work, not just since COVID, but because of the videos of the shooting deaths. It's just too much. Countess Delion Court sent another contribution saying solidarity from Sydney, Australia.
Hey.
Devin Nunez's Cal's brother sent in a donation, didn't say anything. Pythagoras 185 sent in a donation, said, love y'all. T100 sent in a donation, said, sisterly love. The Diabetic 86 on Twitch said, maybe if we covered people's basic physiological and emotional needs, we stop holding back human potential and have fixed our planet while not being stuck on this at the same time. He's speaking my language there. The future is progressive. My man, Delvin Scott. Now, I don't like your message, Delvin, but Delvin and I go way back to when I was in high school in Florida. He and I went to the same church. He came to, his father was a deacon in my dad's church. But anyway, he sent in a donation and he said, that's a smart woman there. Rattler, rattler, rattler.
I see you. What's
he did the three, strike, and
strike again.
Strike out.
Oh, come on, you know it.
Trina Photo said, I worked as a crime victim advocate for the past 15 years for a large county. Our office keeps hiring non-people of color, but keeps sending emails and having trainings that they are diversity and inclusion. Oh. I told them that crime victims are not white women. If you want people to trust the legal system, you need people who look like them.
This is true. Listen. How many times do we have to keep saying this? Like, we got to keep saying this? This is crazy. Then they're only talking. Now, the word inclusion and inclusive and all of that just means let's take a course. Let's put somebody in the room that's Black. Let's make the room a little diversified. And let's have a conversation and go back to doing what we were doing before. That's it.
I'm rolling my eyes at this next one. Infinite Content. Did you even go to FAMU? You don't even go to this school.
Who?
Infinite Content on YouTube said, Rebecca, what's the most powerful piece on the chessboard? And where did Ben get his queen? On the highest of 7 hills.
Come on, somebody. The highest of 7. You have to say it like that. The highest of 7 hills. You got to say, good evening, everyone. My name is Rebecca Azor, hailing from the sunny, beautiful state of Florida, city West Palm Beach. And hailing from the highest of 7 hills, Florida A&M University. What a wonderful
You done.
What a wonderful university.
Can you remember
in my life?
One of the first videos we did together that had a vibe was about the Florida Classic, right? Yeah. Remember we did that video?
Yeah.
And remember they pulled us into the office and was like, who gave you guys permission to do this? I'm like,
doing is for someone else, and I know. But yes, she was like, he and she and them were like,
they all.
Why we didn't give you permission to do this? Why would you do that? And that day, the news day was slow, and we needed to bump it up that day.
And people loved it.
They loved it.
Yeah.
And they were laughing, and it brought us when we do stuff like that, it brings in some more like a different audience, and then they get to see content that they probably would never watch and be educated by that. And then the other audience that we have gets to be educated on this HBCU life that they probably never knew. It's like this whole thing, and I love it. I love our blended family, our blended audience, and they just couldn't take it.
Manny Duran said, Ben, put together a wish list or fund for Rebecca's camera and equipment. I came into some money and want to help out my peeps. Look at that. Look at that. So we're going to have her. We're going to have her with a nice camera with lens. Like, you know, we got the fellas in the morning looking dope. We're going to make sure that she get item for item what we got.
Thank you so
much.
And
that's if we could just come to some, we can come to some terms and some agreements, and, you know, have your attorneys talk to my attorneys to make sure that ain't nobody getting, anyway, let me move off of that before
I ain't got no attorney.
No, we're going to make sure you got an attorney to read over the contracts, because we ain't nobody.
It's been a struggle out here. Listen.
We do everything in decency and in order.
Amen. I believe it, because we ain't doing it like before.
Like it was done to us.
It ain't.
Pieces of Verb sent in another $5 saying, oh, shit. Dixon and Rebecca. Dixon got Rebecca and his Kasparian word. Inside joke. And a Kasparian is like the boss of TYT alongside Jank. So they're saying that you are Anna Kasparian.
I'm Rebecca.
And he sent.
Look, I'm kidding.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
I love you, sir. Thank you. Look, thank you.
Whew. But Pieces of Verb, she loves it and she appreciates you. And he sent in another one right after that saying her voice is desperately needed. So he said that before he hasn't even heard your reply yet because of the delay. He had already sent that in.
No, thank you though.
Ether that poor man.
Hold on, let me just say this, guys. I thank you guys so much. And when you get me, right? You don't even have to compare me to anybody.
Okay, you know what? Hang on. It is 2 hours and 24 minutes into this stream.
You gotta go.
Let me finish these up. I gotta go to bed. I haven't slept in 3 days.
Why you ain't going? Do you have to read everybody's?
I like to. Snuggles sent in 100 bits as a cheer. And Goku said, "Are we working on the YouTube membership?" Just saying, Ben. Hashtag Rebecca Rowland. Manny Duran said, "I need Ben and Rebecca together. Talk all you want about this being your space, Ben, but this is now the Rebecca Azor show, and we're standing this." Keep your little ragged ass money.
Look,
this is my child.
Tell me on the show like, "Oh, Ben, your assistant," and I.
Remember that fool called in and called you my assistant, and I corrected him immediately because I wasn't about to. You ain't gonna divide our.
Man that called in, it was like, Ben, why do you have this beautiful black queen sitting next to this white devil? You need to be protecting her at all times.
That is the last of the super chats. Rebecca, it has been a very long episode, but the people thoroughly enjoyed it. We still have 600 people watching after 2.5 hours. So that's
and we got 84 good people that have been rolling with us on Facebook. Hey, y'all.
Yep, they're still with us. But before I give you the last word, David over on Twitch, producer, go ahead and do the raid. Every night we send everyone who's watching via Twitch to go and support another channel. So Rebecca, while he does that, give us the last word and then tell everybody how to get up with you. I know you said it once, but that was 2 hours ago. How did everybody get up with you and whatever you want to say.
Okay, so like I used to do on our old show, I used to always end with like a nice quote that I had on the corner or something like written or something like that. But I just want to say thank you guys. I really needed this mentally, emotionally, all of the above. Ben has been trying to get me to do something. And I'm just like, do they even love me anymore? I'm not even a person. But he's just like, no, your talent is your talent. Your gift is your gift and your purpose is your purpose. And this is true. And for anybody who's feeling down right now at this moment, or just feeling unsure of themselves or whatever, I'm sending you love. I'm sending you light. I'm hoping that you get out of that funk and just tomorrow will be a better day. Try something new. I don't know what it is, but like, I'm just sending that to you because I know what it's like to be in that place. And I'm so grateful. Y'all don't even know how grateful I am, but I'm really grateful for each and every one of you guys coming in here, viewing us. You know, I know you came for Ben and I surprised you guys, and I'm so thankful that you guys received me. I love each and every one of you guys, and I hope that you guys have a good evening. And before I get out of here, I would like to give you guys my handles, what we call it, on social media. So you can find me on Instagram. This is my first time I'm giving it out again. Second time on the show, but first time because I ain't want people on my Instagram. But here you go. It's The Songstress, like Anita Baker, what they call her, The Songstress, but I'm The Songstress, TheeSongstress on Instagram, and on what is it? What's the other one that we be on? Twitter, because I don't be on there no more, but I will be on there now. On Twitter, you can find me at my first name, last name. That's going to be at Rebecca Azor, Rebecca. That's my first name, last name, Azor, Rebecca Azor. So I will be looking forward to all your follows, all your love. Hit me up. I always write back, you know, and thank you. What's your kikiing about?
I'm laughing kikiing over this last one. We're closing this. They said, who's been? We're here for Rebecca. Oh, and you know what?
So
I am more than happy. You just understand. I am more than happy to give people this space because there's more. My whole thing is all of us are great, and we just got to find our lane. You find your lane, you could be great, but not just the nice mushy stuff. I'm tired, y'all. So I'm more than happy to let somebody else run their mouth and do it in a professional way, because she can run her mouth. All right, that's it. Rebecca, don't go anywhere. I'm ending the stream here. Good night.